Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yeah, welcome to Drinkin' Bros, kids. It's not often that a handsome cop joins us, but god damn it, one has joined us today. Justin Melnick, how are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Because you're a cop first, and then a movie star second.
Lover.
Well,
I'd go with Lover. I'd go with Lover first.
I'd put Lover third.
And then maybe TV star. I've never done a movie. And,
Well, that's kind of, we're blending it at this point. We're blending.
Nowadays, in the world of law enforcement, I am a hearts and minds kind of guy. Shake babies and kiss hands.
Yeah. Know a lot about it. I just got a sheriff's badge at the grocery store the other day after Herschel Walker had his. And I was like, you know what? I need a badge, dude.
Why not? Everybody should have one.
No lie, I've got a fake badge out in my car.
I've been deputizing people.
Have you?
For random tasks. Yeah.
So the temptation is this. My kids wanted one. It was there. And I was like, all right, great. I'll get you guys some. And it had some weight to it. So it looked kind of real.
I got some junior officer stickers in the car. I'll bring you for your kids.
You
can wear them around.
Yeah, for the big guy too, obviously. But
I take them to strip clubs and put them on over the nipples.
On strippers?
It's offensive to see nipples in public like that.
So true story.
Wait, hang on. Let me finish mine just real quick. I want to know your advice on this, okay?
Okay.
So I got one as well because it had some weight to it, and I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll have it for Halloween.
Some weight to it, like Lizzo?
Yeah, it was heavy. It's a heavy badge, and it could kind of pass if you're just kind of flashing it at people. It's sitting right now in the right just underneath the dashboard of my car.
Is that so you don't get a parking ticket in your own private parking lot?
I haven't decided I just haven't taken it in the house yet, partially because the power behind it, like somebody cut me off the other day. I was this close.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, pretty much every state.
That's the advice I was looking for.
Every state and municipality has a law against impersonating an officer.
They do.
It's generally just a misdemeanor in most places, but you don't want to fuck around like that. And besides, nowadays everybody hates cops, and cops just get shot all the time for no reason whatsoever. So you might end up getting shot just because some asshole cut you off, and you
flashed a
your
badge.
supermarket badge.
You should start pulling over other cops, though.
Well, look,
That definitely won't work out well for you.
Then get into a jurisdictional argument with the cop.
But I talk in like the Cleavon Buford voice, like because we're in Texas. Sir, officer, no, you not know who I am.
This area is under repute control.
There's this EDP that actually got into it. You can Google it online. You can find
I know this story.
Yeah, you can find
it
online.
He got into it, and the guy went back and forth, and eventually after an hour and a half, I think they had to call in the feds or somebody else to really get through this guy's shit of you're not a fucking cop, dude.
The vehicle was almost legit. There was all these small things that were kind of off.
Right.
But they couldn't really nail it. And
I think the guy got 5 years in prison, if memory serves me correct. I know we did this story on one of those shows.
We got some great fact checkers here. Let's find it.
Yeah, Bob, look up the guy who impersonated a police officer. He was either a police officer or an FBI agent. And
Bob, you got 45 seconds. Go.
Oh, he'll do it, dude. Bob's pretty good.
No.
When he's on his game, he's fucking good, dude.
So
he's good.
There are a lot of these stories, actually.
I think we did it on RPR, Bob.
Yeah, there's two just from the last couple months alone. Fake cop mistakenly stops real cop in Colorado.
That's it. That's the one we did. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And then it kind of went back and forth, and he was like, okay, whatever, right? But I always wondered what would happen because I see it there. And there's so many cocksuckers, especially in Texas, right? It's mostly people from California, and I'm just this close. I was like, oh my God, what if I show my child's
Been
badge?
on your show for a minute and 45 seconds, and you're already kicking me under the table?
Not you.
Well, where did I just drive in from?
Well, you drove in from California, but you're working there. I would assume a guy like you in real life, a real horseman, right? Is that a thing?
I like horses.
Yeah, you're a horseman.
Cowboy.
Cowboy, a ranch hand.
I like living on a ranch.
Yeah. I think if you had your druthers, it would probably end up in Texas for you, right?
Oh, I'd love to live in Texas. Or it gets a little hotter in the summertime. Maybe
it's hot.
somewhere in Utah. I like the mountains.
Okay.
Not a crazy fan of year-long winters, but, a little snow.
A little bit of snow here and there, like a Boise maybe?
Yeah, Boise would be lovely.
Okay. All right. Just checking. Because I don't think you're a forever California guy, although I know where you live, obviously, up there. That's where Costner's at. I don't know if you run into K-Cost that often.
I have not yet.
Both you guys, Paramount Plus guys. Obviously, he's on Yellowstone. You're on SEAL Team.
Love Yellowstone.
And he dresses up like his character in real life because he's become it. Mm-hmm. He's become.
I
Dutton.
completely understand that. I become Brock Reynolds in real life. Like I wear gaiters now everywhere I go. I wear, the other day I was at a restaurant in New Hampshire, and I eat dinner. I've got Pepper with me because I couldn't leave her in the hotel room. And I didn't have
Your dog, by the way.
My dog.
Just want to confirm that you're not just carrying condiments out.
No. I don't take condiments with me when I go out to dinner.
Okay.
Except salt. Sometimes I'll bring my own sea salt if I'm going to a steakhouse. But
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You can't rely on a steakhouse to have the right salt. Sometimes you got to bring it with you. And it looks really weird when you unfold a piece of paper at a restaurant. You got a white substance in it at the table. But in the end of the day,
boom, boom. You Salt Bay that shit. He's
go.
the meat queen. Do you do that shit too? I don't think I've ever seen you bring your own sea salt to a steakhouse.
No, but I mean it's appropriate.
You've never seen the way Dan salts a steak?
I do at his house, but I haven't because he's great. But I haven't at a restaurant. You're taking it to the restaurant though.
Always. I mean, I like having a nice smoked sea salt. It's a nice way to finish a good piece of beef off.
I use lately I've been using Snake River Farms black truffle sea salt, which is really nice.
Okay.
Snake River Farms has amazing products. Osmo sea salt.
Osmo.
Check it out.
Yeah, they've got
online.
like 7 or 8 different flavors of it, I believe.
Yep,
yeah.
right on.
They're really good stuff.
Yeah, their Applewood smoked salt is killer.
Okay.
Anyway, so I go to this restaurant. I'm having a steak, obviously.
Yeah.
Finish up dinner, and I go to walk out, and I got the dog, and the manager is like, hey. The manager's like, hey, anyone ever tell you you look like that dude on that TV show SEAL Team? Obviously, I think he's fucking with me, so I start fucking with him right back. I'm like, who? And he's like, that TV show SEAL Team? I'm like, I have no idea. And I'm like, show me online. So he like has his phone, and obviously, homeboy's been Googling me because it opens right up to me. This is not awkward at all. I'm like, oh, cool. Oh, my God, he's got the same kind of dog as me. That's nuts. And then he's scrolling down at a picture of my wife. I'm like, oh, wow, his wife is so hot. We're talking. And
no way.
And then I'm like, show me what he looks like online. Like, go to, and so he Googles me. And obviously, like, I wear the same clothes everywhere all the time. So I'm wearing the actual flannel that I'm wearing in a picture that someone has online from an event or something. I'm like, holy shit, he has the same shirt as me. And the guy's looking at me, goes, are you fucking with me? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking with you, buddy. Nice to meet you. Give him the patch off of Pepper's harness and took a picture with him. But
that's awesome.
It was. You
need more shit like that in the world, and less James Corden's. I don't know if you heard his whole bullshit yesterday.
No.
So there was a expensive restaurant in New York. I think it's called Balthazar. Maybe Bob, you can check
Balthazar is a New York legendary, iconic restaurant.
Correct. And so
it was.
I believe it was. Yeah, it was. Okay, cool. You never know. It depends on what time of day you catch me, whether or not I'm sharp or not. Sharp already. Today.
Is that owned by Pat McNally?
Pat McPepper Snapper, by any chance?
McNally?
Keith McNally.
Keith McNally.
Okay.
Not bad.
So he goes in, he's a cocksucker to the wait staff, starts screaming at him, demanding shit, and then saying that an order was incorrect, demanding free drinks, and then hop to it or whatever, right? I've said this on Ross Passion Revolution a million times. James Corden behind the scenes is like a legendary cocksucker. Like, he's the worst. And the reason why he's retiring next year is he was worried that the same bullshit that happened to Ellen was going to happen to him. So he's like, I got to get the fuck out of here. And he's moving back to England. So when this story popped up, I was like, oh, fuck. He's a cocksucker.
Life's too short to be a cocksucker.
I agree. We need more people like you who are cool about shit. And you're just like, all right.
Listen, you could be wiped off the face of the earth tonight for no reason whatsoever. You could be out driving your car home and get T-boned by a Mack truck and be gone.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Be nice to people.
Exactly.
Or, counterpoint, the people that you want to tell to get fucked, make sure you tell them today.
Yeah.
Right now, actually.
See, I disagree with that.
Before
Let
you
them
get
do what they're going to do. Fuck.
Before you even get in your car to go home from work, most people are at work right now. Make sure just reach out. Text people, DM them, tell them to fuck right off.
See, this is what I need in life. I need a little Ross on one shoulder and a little Dan on the other shoulder.
Yeah.
Fuck that devil and angel bullshit. I need the two of you, one on each shoulder. I'll get through life.
My shoulders, it's just like 2 piles of cocaine.
Yeah.
Basically. And I can't get to them. That's why I'm angry all the time.
To me, I'm like Dalton from Roadhouse, where it's like, I'm nice until it's time not to be nice. And I'm just, as long as everybody does their job around me, like in every facet of life, I'm okay with it. It's when it doesn't get done that I'm pissed off, and I'm like, well, if I poured gasoline all over you right now and just burned you like right in front of me, I would watch the whole thing, and then because the body's going to take like 24 hours to burn, right? And I want to watch that for the full thing. Bodies don't burn very quickly. So I want to see it all the way go, and I think that's how dark I get.
Have you ever seen a funeral pyre, like a real one, before?
No, I haven't actually.
I've seen bodies burn, but not on purpose.
Where the fuck did this conversation just go?
So 24 hours.
We're talking about a dude being an asshole in a restaurant to burning bodies.
Yes, and I think James Corden's one of those guys where I bet you if you interviewed, I don't know, all of his staff, I would say 78% of them probably want to watch his body burn alive. And Bob, you can fact check me on this. 24 hours, I think, is what it takes for a full body to burn. It's a long time.
I think it also depends on how much heat there is.
Yes. But that's the
what
thing.
Temperature. I mean, the cremation takes 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
Right. But this is gasoline.
I mean, you put a dude
right
on a
in
Traeger
front
at
of you.
220, it's going to take a long time to get through that.
What if you like inject napalm into his body?
Oh, man.
Right?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Or if you drop white phosphorus on them, they're going to be gone
This is
pretty
all
quick.
shit I've never thought about.
Oh, the vats of acid and everything? Did you watch Dahmer on Netflix?
No.
Oh, yeah, dude. He had
So
a full vat in his room, bedroom.
Someone asked us on Quora, and they're saying a open fire, such as a funeral pyre, you're looking at up to 6 hours or more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is America, and everybody weighs twice as much as
I was
what
going
they're
to say,
supposed
so
to.
James Corden weighs 4 times as much as a person, so that's 24 hours.
He looks like Humpty Dumpty, too.
Yeah.
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 And so what made him successful? Is it the accent? Because he's not funny.
Carpool karaoke. So, like, one bit can make you kind of explode, right? And
So like how Jimmy Fallon is famous for laughing at people but not actually being funny himself?
I think I like Jimmy Fallon. I think he's
I like
funny.
him too,
I
but
think his
he's not-
impressions are great. Still to this day, is one of the best SNL audition tapes I've ever seen. I think he's fine. I think he's stuck in a world though where it's just you have to put the show on, and that's probably not the vibe anymore.
Jimmy Fallon is famous because of his laugh, not because of his comedy.
He was great on SNL.
No, he wasn't. He
Him
broke
and Tina
in every
Fey,
scene.
Him and Tina Fey on Weekend Update were really good.
Tina Fey and Amy Poehler were really good.
I thought both of them were good.
He was also famous because he was like the first handsome person on SNL in like decades.
He was.
Like there weren't good-looking dudes on SNL.
And also,
usually.
like, he
Are you
did-
saying Will Ferrell wasn't good looking dude?
No. Are you
He's
kidding?
gorgeous.
No, he's
Will
definitely
Ferrell's
not.
gorgeous. That
but-
personality is everything right there.
But also, he wasn't afraid to push it, and people forget. Pull up Jimmy Fallon in blackface as Chris Rock. And he did this on the show. And now they've eliminated it since from the catalog. But his Chris Rock was spot on, and he went head to toe black. Yeah, you can pop it up on screen there. And I mean, it was one of the funniest bits I've ever seen because his voice, his Chris Rock impression is so precise. And then obviously willing to go for the makeup and everything. It was really great.
Do you want to bring up Jenna Maroney in blackface as well?
Oh, yeah, from 30 Rock?
Got it. He's on down. He's on down.
You know, they nuke those episodes
Oh, yeah.
too. Yeah, those are gone as well.
So why, he gets in a lot of trouble for this kind of stuff and it goes away. But then you've got like Matt Stone, Trey Parker, the South Parks, and then the Family Guy stuff. And I mean, you watch old episodes of Family Guy or South Park.
You want the
like-
answer? I'll
Yeah.
tell you the answer.
Yeah.
You got to start your career like that and then keep going. It's when you switch and try to be nice, then people come after your past. If you're a dirtbag, stay consistently a dirtbag forever. Like, I've always been a fucking dirtbag for 20 whatever years in entertainment. Nothing has ever changed of me being a dirtbag. So it's not like you're going to go back and be like, oh, fuck that guy. I'm saying the worst shit on the planet today. Literally, I mean, but that's been going on for years.
be irredeemable.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, what would the conversation go like with Matt and Trey? Like, hey, you guys really have to tone it down, and they would look at each other and then fucking probably just start laughing.
And
I
there's,
guess. I don't
and there's,
fucking know.
and there's too much out in the world, and same with us. We have, I think, combined with fake news and everything, 1,500 episodes, close to it. It's like, great. That's probably close to 2,000 hours of content out there in the world. Like, and it's awful from episode 1 through today, which is going to get worse than this. All right, we just talked about burning James Corden alive.
By the way, which
gonna get
instance of blackface for Jenna Maroney would you like?
She's got 3, right?
It's
If memory
2.
serves me correct.
I think it's 2.
Is it 2?
So there's one where she's Lynn Swan.
Yeah, not the Lynn Swan, Black Swan.
We'll show the audience because that's a great one.
So this was her and her husband Paul and this was their Halloween costume. They went as Black Swan. He was Black Swan from the movie Black Swan, and she was Black Len Swan.
Best writing on
football
television, and I don't know that we'll ever get it again because you can't do this shit anymore.
What's this from?
30 Rock. 30 Rock is...
It's one of the most popular
best.
sitcoms of all time.
What year?
Well, not ratings-wise, but like it's one that everybody went back to later once the catalog
It's
dropped
the one that
on
Alec
Netflix.
Baldwin was on.
Yeah. Alec Baldwin, Tina Fey.
Show the other one, though.
Oh, I know the show. I've just never watched it.
Yeah.
I've never been a TV guy.
Really? And then
Never.
you're on television.
It's just a job.
Yeah, but do you pay attention to the ratings?
No,
No shit.
No.
So you never ask.
no.
Do they talk about it in the makeup trailer?
I don't go to the
they
makeup
do.
trailer.
Yeah, come on.
No, I don't do. Maybe I'll stop in there, peek my head in, make sure if I need blood or dirt or something. Yeah, but other than that, like
Too good looking for this bullshit. It's crazy.
it's not
to
that.
Me.
It's that the camera's never on me. It's not on me enough. I don't need makeup.
This is the other one. This is where she and Tracy Morgan got into a debate about whether it's worse to be a black person or a woman.
Yep.
And he dressed up like a white woman, but they ran out of makeup. So if you want to pull that one up, he actually had to finish it off with an alien claw.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
so
see.
fucking
So
funny.
are these are these all shows you remember from watching them live on
Oh
television?
yeah,
or-
NBC. And like back in the day for NBC, that Thursday night block was devastating. We talked about it actually a few weeks ago on here, where you had what was it? 30 Rock, Community,
Parks and Rec,
Parks
and The
and Rec,
Office.
The Office, and they were all in a row. And prime time was huge. Ratings were huge. Streaming was
Now, did any of these people get canceled for any of this stuff that when as people because it's all
No.
cataloged, so people can go back and watch it.
no,
all.
because it
Well,
was
no, they pulled all the episodes off.
They
of
pulled all the
streaming.
episodes, so they're gone.
Okay.
And then each of them had to apologize individually. So like Jimmy Fallon made an apology for his. Tina
how many
Fey did
years
one for
after the
hers.
apology? How many years did he do the apology after the episode came out?
Great question.
When somebody asked him for the
15
apology.
years. Yep.
I think it's more like 20.
Yeah, Jimmy Fallon's was 15 to 17,
Yeah.
somewhere in there. He apologized, and it was like, to me, at that point, no, there's no apologies necessary. But he's doing a family show on, every single night, and that's what he has to do. Whereas Tina Fey, I don't think she was just kind of like,
Let me ask you a question.
yeah,
Playing the devil's advocate here.
go ahead.
Let's say your high school girlfriend called you and was like, you said something to me 35 years ago.
Whoa,
And it's
whoa. 12 years ago, probably. 12 years ago,
But,
yeah.
it really
Yeah,
hurt my
yeah.
feelings, and it's been on my chest, and I just came across you on Facebook, and, I wanted to tell you that it really hurt my feelings. Like, what would your response to her
Do you want to know what my response would be?
I know what your response would be.
My response would be, what was it? And then if I was a dick or not. So one thing that I've always been consistent about in life is during a breakup, at least, I will tell the person why it is happening. I will be completely straightforward. I've never ghosted anybody or just disappeared. If it was a girlfriend, I'll say, hey, I'm sorry this didn't work out. Here's why. There was even one relationship that I went into, full cuffing season, by the way.
What's cuffing?
It's during the winter where it's just, hey, dude, you got to keep warm at that point. You got to. And there was football season, girlfriends, and things like that. And I was super honest, and I said, look, before we start doing this, because we're going to hang out, and it's going to be fun. You're going to have the best time of your life and laugh a lot, and it's all going to be magic, right? It's going to end at the end of this. And I was like, this is never going anywhere, okay? And if you want out now, go ahead. Like, it's totally fine, and I don't want no feelings.
That's
and
a
everything
wonderful
else.
thing. You were honest. You were
was.
open.
I was.
You set expectations, and the rest of it is in their court.
Right.
But if somebody was hurt by something that you had said, and there was some validity to it, would you apologize?
Yes, if I felt that it was egregious or awful or something like that, and I didn't remember, most of the shit I remember, most of the relationships. But if it was something horrific, like during a drunken argument or something like that, yeah. And if they were like, hey, this really hurt my feelings, I'd be like, oh man, I was a piece of shit. I apologize. And that's happened.
Yeah.
That's happened. Now, Dan, no.
But I disagree because you are a good person, I believe,
Yeah.
and I believe that you believe in accountability, and I believe that if you really thought that you might have done something wrong to somebody, you would take accountability. And
I haven't
apologize.
said anything that I regret. And I'm not going to apologize for something that I don't personally regret. I think that is disingenuous to do. I'm just trying to satiate your feelings, and the only reason I'm actually doing is that so I don't actually have to face the blowback. Like if I said something that I believe in that upset you, then that's part of fucking saying what you believe. Sometimes people get upset, and if that bothers you, that sucks.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to apologize for it. That's fucking your problem.
See, for me, if I said something awful to somebody and I don't remember it, then 100%. I'll be like, all right, cool. What was it? What did I say? And then I'll apologize for it.
I don't even say you're welcome. I think the phrase you're welcome is completely superfluous. I've done the nice thing. You've thanked me. The conversation is fucking done. Okay?
So people say,
like,
thank you, Dan.
what's the next thing after you're welcome?
I want 10% more of Dan in my personality. I think that makes sense.
Like,
I don't know. You're the nicest guy of all time.
Think about it,
You
though.
think so?
Yeah.
I do you a favor, and you say thanks.
Yeah.
And then I say you're welcome. Why don't you say that I'm welcome now for being polite? When does it fucking end? I've got shit to do.
Or you could just say my pleasure.
No.
My pleasure, yeah.
No, I'm not doing any of that.
My pleasure.
Fucking, it is completely useless.
Yeah, you can tell him to eat a bag of dicks and fuck off.
I just don't say anything.
Yeah. No, you don't. I do. I'll say thank you. I'll usually throw a hug in, and I don't care who it is.
Hugs
where it
are
is.
wonderful.
I don't care if it's a Chinese man who looks like he's like got COVID all over him. I'll give him a big old bear hug. You know.
Well,
What?
unless
I'm just saying, like, because that has happened to me at an event. I did a live show, and like this Chinese guy was coughing all over himself, and I was like, "Fuck, man, he's probably full of COVID. I'm just gonna go. Like, he wants to hug.
Since when did you become scared of the flu?
Me?
Yeah.
Not anytime, but it's just like, you
can give me COVID
kinda-
right
Well,
now.
and we may need to start getting scared because some assholes. Who was it? Actually, I think I've got the article right here.
Boston
Oh, Boston University. I read that article this morning. It scared the shit out of me.
About the new kind of version of COVID.
Yeah, they're testing it out in a lab, and it's killed 80% of mice already.
Yeah, but to be fair, COVID killed 100% of mice before that.
Did it really?
Yeah. So
In Wuhan?
The tests are kind of bullshit.
Okay.
In Wuhan?
Yeah, in Wuhan or here?
Here.
Okay. Well, American mice are stronger, so that's probably 100 proof over in China, right? They're skinnier over there, right?
What makes you say that?
You had a fat. Imagine a fat white Wisconsin mouse has just been eating cheese his whole goddamn life. It's gonna be harder to kill that fucker.
I don't think so because the Chinese mouse has been eating all the dead baby girls they throw into the ravines and all the pestilence that flows through the streets.
And the suicide, maybe
Yeah.
you're right. Maybe I'm not giving them enough credit on this one, and I apologize.
I think you need your own mice that you feed a strict diet of hard AF seltzer.
Yeah,
And see what those mice are able to defeat.
yeah, I agree. Are we allowed to tell everybody about it?
I think we should.
I think we should. Justin is our new partner in Hard AF Seltzer.
Very excited about
And
it.
our partner in life
And
as
our
well.
partner in life as well. We've all decided to get married.
Let's do it.
That's real. So I talked to Andrew this morning, and we'll be live in Florida in 2 weeks. They just ordered, their first order was 375 cases down there in Florida. We'll blow through that in about an hour, and they have no idea what's in store for them. We got lucky since you're here. We got super lucky with how well Tennessee volunteers are doing. One of our biggest distributors, Total Wines, is out of Knoxville, and it's just right on campus there, and they are fucking going nuts.
It's an awesome product. It's
great.
And you guys are awesome people. And put the two together, and I think it's just a recipe for success. I'm just honored to be able to be part of it.
No, we're stoked, and it's crushing everywhere. So, yeah, the only problem is, like we talked about on the phone, just making enough cans, getting it out the door. So all the money comes back in, makes more fucking cans, and getting it out the door, and then hopefully getting an exits. And Dan has already got a spot picked out for his exit. He wants to go to Italy.
Let's go to Italy.
He wants to go to Italy.
Yeah.
Get fat in Italy.
Why not?
Be great.
What's the hype like? I've never been.
Never been to Italy? Oh, I mean, the whole country is so different. There's different. You go to Milan, which I'm not a huge fan of, but there's great restaurants, interesting city. But you go down to the Amalfi Coast.
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
That's what he was talking about.
I'm going to Sorrento for sure.
We sell hard as fuck and buy some yachts.
Yeah.
Go prestige worldwide, man.
Is that the move?
Oh yeah.
Have you and your wife been there?
I haven't been down there with my wife, but I've been down there.
Okay. Who are you with?
I'd take the fifth. So, yes, I did the whole Amalfi Coast by boat. It was incredible. Like Ischia, Positano.
Positano,
Yeah,
Positano.
Pussy Town, sure.
No, Positano across the way in Capri. It's super dope. I mean, it's
Capri is the biggest lemons you'll ever see in your entire life.
Okay, I don't know that
It's
that's
known for its
necessary.
lemons.
Well, we've seen the biggest lemons. It was called Lemon Party.
Well, you don't like lemonade?
I love them, but
Yeah, do you want to pull up Lemon Party?
do you know what
up on
Lemon
the screen?
Party is, Justin?
Just wait.
Do you know? Wait, hang on. Do you know what it is? Don't before you show him. Do you
I'm
know what it is?
slightly worried right now.
Okay, great. So I'm not the only one. He doesn't know what it is either. So.
He doesn't watch television.
So I didn't know what it was. I got forced into this on the show.
Although this was never on television, just to be clear.
It was.
Am I going to need a drink before I see this?
You may want to grab one, yeah.
Probably, yeah. Put the camera on them. I'll grab him some drinks.
Yeah, that's fine. Get a drink, make a good time better.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. But yeah, I really enjoyed Capri. It's getting up the hill is kind of irritating because it's like 1.5 lanes. So anytime there's another car coming, you have to, like, your little bus has to back down into one of those points where there's more space and shit. But it is really dope there.
Yeah.
And we went, the last time I was there, was 2015. We did this gastronomy tour where we started at a lemon grove. And they showed us around, showed us how, like, lemon trees are sterile. So you have to implant them with an orange seed or some shit like that. I don't remember. The guy was, like, tying 2 sticks together or some shit. And so they made us limoncello. They made us all kinds of stuff with lemons. Then there was a creamery next door where they make Delmonico cheese. And the guy was just showing us this whole large, he had a binder that was like 3-4 inches thick of all the regulations that they have for making their cheese and stuff. It's dope.
I watched
love
that doc
place.
on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen it about the pizzas. And they're making pizzas like all over the world. And the one in Italy, you wouldn't think a documentary about making fucking pizzas would be exciting or awesome to watch.
I'm telling you, dude, this is it was like a full, like, a day-long tour. So you start off at the Lemon Grove, you do all that stuff. The people have owned the place for 400 fucking years. And then you do the same thing at with the cheese guy. And he's sitting there, like, making the cheese right in front of you. Buffalo mozzarella, Delmonico stuff. I mean, it's like all this stuff. And then you go to the pizza place later and they teach you how real Italians make pizza.
It's incredible. You know,
good.
It's weird. It's like, I shouldn't eat gluten in America. I eat pizza. I love pizza. I love pasta. But when I eat it, like, my entire face melts off. Like, I got to use, like, a special face wash.
Really?
Yo, it's horrible. It's like, and it's painful too. But, you know, you go over to Italy, eating the bread, eating the pasta, eating the pizza, no problem at all.
Yeah.
You know, I'm definitely down. We can race yachts through the Amalfi Coast.
That'd be great.
Gentlemen.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And we should celebrate this since you're drinking the lemon here with the Lemon Party. Please bring up Lemon Party.
Oh, I know that picture. That's my Uncle
yeah.
Frank. I've actually seen that picture and received it
Have you really?
from many people.
Okay, so I have
That's been
never
that's
won.
been around for that thing's been around for.
Damn it, man.
Yeah, look at it.
I've never like I was the only one who's seen it. So we'll ask you.
Now,
the
are you
question.
showing the viewers this picture right now?
No.
Well, they can
can't
see it in the
s-
reflection back
reflection,
here,
but
yeah.
I want to ask you this question here because we went around the horn. If you were gunned ahead and you had to be one of these 3, which one are you choosing?
Oh God.
Yeah, because we all picked somebody different.
Oh no, man. I don't think I could even be the pillow in that picture.
I was the Asian. I chose the Asian because I didn't want to be sucking that guy's dick.
Yeah, but don't you think that kissing another man is gayer than sucking his dick?
Well, that's what we discussed, and it was like, but the guy, somebody wanted to be the guy in the bed, somebody wanted to be the guy sucking the dick and then just going for it. I want to be the Asian man, I think.
I mean, hey, whatever floats your boat, but I don't know if I could be that.
You got to choose one.
I gotta choose.
You have to choose one.
There's no one in this one. Let's see.
At least get your dick sucked, right?
Yeah,
boy.
I guess so.
I don't know. To this day, I don't know. That's why I went the Asian man. You've got to pick one, though, live on
It's
air.
gayer to kiss a man than to suck his dick.
I agree.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Man, then you're going to feel that load in the back of your mouth. Like, I don't want that either. Who are you going with, Justin?
I'm glad you gave me a drink. Let me have another sip.
I told you, dude. We told you this was going to happen.
It's always an adventure being on air with you guys.
Yeah, it sure is. Now,
We didn't plan any of this, by the way.
no, and this was unplanned. That guy's, now that I've seen this picture a few times now, the guy's dick in his mouth, like, it's pretty large, man. Like, that guy's taking a huge dick.
You don't know
It's
how
way
much
bigger
is in
than
his mouth.
It's way bigger than Mike Itkis's.
It is.
Yeah. By the way,
100%.
so.
Can we give an update to the audience on that?
Go ahead and remove.
Well,
this
Justin,
from the
who do you
screen.
want to be first?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
You got to pick one. I'm the Asian man.
I'm gonna go with the guy with the silver bracelet.
Okay, so you're getting your dick sucked. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, middle.
Yeah, middle.
It's called the Lucky Pierre.
It's called the meat in the sandwich. So that guy we talked about, Mike Itkes.
Yes.
Itkes.
In his video.
He's running for Congress in New York. I think it's part of his district is Manhattan at least. Or
Yes,
part of Manhattan,
it's
right?
part of it's Manhattan, and the other part of it is Queens.
Queens. So
We did a full review of his sex tape because he dropped his sex tape.
He's campaigning on the fact that he is pro sex worker and he wants to legalize prostitution in the states, I guess. And to drive that point home, he made a fucking porn with this chick.
Yes.
Wait. Rewind. Dude running for office.
This is a lot for Justin today.
Yeah.
I love
This is a lot coming off of a 20.
A guy's
20
running for. He's running for office. He's running to.
That's a guy that's running for office.
Correct. He's running to be a congressman.
And
now,
he's totally into.
He's an independent. No, he's not into this. And so what he said was, I want to bring sex workers to a positive light, and I think they should be able to make money and everything else. To prove a point, I'm going to have sex with a woman live on camera.
Is
and
he
then
married?
Put it up. No, he's not married.
Okay.
No.
And so he paid this woman.
Nicole Sage, correct.
So he paid her.
Yep.
Now, is that considered prostitution in New York State? Or because it's in front of a camera for television?
Great question. So they put up a lower third that says this was shot in Los Angeles, California.
Where filming porn is legal.
Correct. And so that was his workaround for this. Now, obviously, we don't know what type of Airbnb this is. I'd highly doubt.
Any of you
that if
guys
it was
ever
in Los
wake up
Angeles.
and just think that the entire world that we've been living in has just been in a snow globe and shaken?
Every single day. Look at that. Every single day.
Guys, I'm always down to watch this kind of shit, but not after a 20-hour drive at 2 in the afternoon.
Not at all,
on
but
only 2 sips of hard AF.
I just want to tell you this. That could be your congressman. Like, that guy could be making a bill of law.
Well, no, so it gets better, actually. I know you know how to swallow.
I don't think you remember the last time I spit all over you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay.
So, anyways.
Guys, can't we just watch an episode of SEAL Team and talk about television?
But hang on. So real quick.
Watch this shit.
How many views does this have? Because we did a live show and did it, and it had how many views when we started?
So we were ground floor. I think it was like 5K.
Now it's 2,441.
No. So, 2,441.
Now it has 845,000.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Since we did that show, it's got 845,000 views. Oh my
ground
God.
floor.
And here's the twist or the turn. I'm not sure what you would want to call it, but apparently this guy is a major in the New York Army Reserve. Or I'm sorry, in the Army Reserve, not in the New York National Guard. He's in the actual active component, like
Still?
the Army. He's a reserve officer.
To this day.
Apparently, yes. And I'm not sure how this is going to affect that whole sitch.
Positively.
Do you remember the time where someone would get fired from their job for doing something like it's one thing, listen, someone like hacks your computer and puts your shit out there.
Yeah.
But like to go self-record, self-finance, and self-distribute this thing, I mean, where are we living? Where did the American values go?
I don't know.
They went into her mouth.
Ask Kris Jenner.
I mean,
Just
listen,
3 fucking takes of her daughter getting railed out.
Yeah. I mean, they were editing Kim K's sex tape. I know you were probably joking about that, but I think that's what sent it. Because, like, at least in the case of like Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee,
like that was
an accident.
stolen. That was stolen out of their house.
But broken into a safe and stolen.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, this was in an envelope. Like, they stole the whole fucking safe and drove off with it.
Bob, type in Major Mike Itkes in the Google search. The second picture is him in uniform.
So it's Bucket List Bonanza. Obviously, we've been doing this for a week. If you want to go and watch Mike Itkes fuck, It's Bucket List Bonanza on Pornhub. Well worth a watch.
I
with
wish
your
he would have
friends.
done it in fucking uniform.
Oh, pop him up in uniform. Look at that.
I mean, that you're showing the audience, right?
Yeah.
What are these? You want to tell us what the badges mean for those who don't?
ARCOM, Army Commendation Medal, and then there's a global War on Terror medal, I think. I don't know what all these stuff is. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's nothing cool.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering if there's anything cool.
He
on there.
looks hard though. Like this is a hardened picture where it's like, man, you're gonna respect me, and then you watch him fuck.
I don't know
Let's
what
say this was you.
I don't know what this insignia is. Is this it's not intelligence, I don't think. Is that
Zoom in.
is that fucking Signal Corps or some shit? What is that?
No idea. I've never seen that before.
Never seen it?
Hold on.
Let me ask you this, Dan. Let's say this guy was in charge of you and you just watched him fuck like that. Do you make a comment to his face of like, what is wrong with your stroke game?
No, because you don't know. That looks like that's not it. No, he's just doing his thing, man.
Mm-hmm. So you're okay with it? Like,
why would I not? What does this have to do with his ability to lead people?
Not that, but like, let's say he was hard on you and he was just like, hey, you fucked up today and blah, blah, blah. Does anybody ever mouth off back and be like, hey, man, I saw your stroke game. Like, don't tell me about my socks, all right? Like, or don't talk to me about my haircut being out of rags.
If you listen to it with audio, it sounds like she gets off.
No, we're not going to listen to it with audio right now. I'm far too sober for that this early in the morning. We got to do a late night recording. I'll be more fun, I promise.
Okay. No, it's fine.
Can't do it.
It's fine.
Like for me, this breaks my heart, man. It honestly breaks my heart. I'm looking at a dude here that if I saw his picture, and let's say that this guy is running for political office right now, I'd be like, oh, cool. We have someone that served our country, that's answered the call to serve our country, wanting to continue their service to our country. Like, yeah, let's look into this dude. And then, all of a sudden you see it's.
He answered the call to make a porno too,
He
and
sure
I respect
did.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and some people say it's more respect.
I beat off to it last night.
It's not
Ross.
this
Did you
country,
really?
though.
I did.
It's hard to get off to. I gave it a go, and I towards the end maybe, but that's about it.
Did you try and jerk off to that video?
Well, we all did. It was a challenge.
Yeah,
and
the challenge
couldn't
was
get through it.
It was easy for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Because towards the end you don't really get to see her tits and all her stuff. Like you don't get to see any of the fun stuff until towards the end, and that's not on him. It's more of the direction of the movie, like the way it's cut. She used a lot of. She directed it, by the way. She used a lot of jump cuts. I'm sure there's episodes of SEAL Team where you guys swap out directors, probably one or two.
Every
Oh my
episode.
God, dude.
You look back and you're like, man, I fucking hate that guy, right? I just didn't enjoy the way he directed this.
So his name, by the way, is Mikhail Itkis, and he's from Ukraine, Odessa.
Oh
Actually.
shit!
Moved to New York City in 1979. Went to Cornell University.
Damn,
So
dude.
he's got a fucking Ivy League education.
Okay.
Ivy League education.
Yeah.
His graduate degrees from Baruch College, graduate degree from Western Governors University as well. And he began serving in the U.S. Army Reserve in 2009, reached the rank of major. I don't know if he's still in.
Let's get him on the show. Let's get Mike Itkis on the show.
According to the Military Times, he is currently assigned to the 335th Theater Signal Command out of Joint
So
Base
that is
McGuire
Signal.
Dix.
What does that do? What does the signal command do?
Signal.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
communications.
No, I understand that. But what is the command? Is he in charge of people? Like, what is that?
Command is just like a way of saying unit.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, look, his signal was correct in this pornography.
This is what I expect.
But the message is so far off. Like, it's so far off of what our values as a country are.
Oh, yeah.
it's-
Whoa,
But
whoa,
all of it.
Whoa.
But all of it.
What our values as a country begin and end with liberty, right?
100%. But we also have to set good examples for the next generation of people.
So you're concerned about he's not good at fucking.
He was horrible.
He was terrible at
Okay,
fucking.
so you're
yeah.
cool. You're cool with him having.
I mean,
porno.
if he was a rock star, no. Listen,
He should have
all
hired.
joking set aside.
He should have hired Johnny Sins
Exactly. That guy would
to
have
do
fucking
it. Yeah,
just.
he's been a soldier. He's been a doctor. He's
Yeah.
been a lawyer,
yeah,
priest.
yeah. He's been a lot of things in this world.
You know Johnny Sins.
No, who's Johnny Sins?
Skinny guy.
I don't know anybody.
It's like
man.
playing cards with my
I live
sister's
on a
kids.
ranch. I hang out with my cows, my kids, and my dogs.
That's true. That's true. We sent you a ton of seltzer, and finally the FedEx guy called in tears.
Oh,
And he
yeah,
goes,
actually, they
"Hey,"
called me.
And he goes, hey, we've tried 2 different addresses. So you find somebody just to sign for the fucking packages? And I was like, yeah, here's his number. I don't know where
Yeah,
he's
no,
at.
they called me. I sent him to the office because someone was there to sign for him. And
This is a little weird, though, right? I mean,
Yes, this is
Not-
totally weird.
it seems like this guy had every opportunity to make good decisions in his life, and this is not one of them.
No.
It's like, this is the kind of thing that you joke about with your friends. You know what we should do?
Yep. ...
And it's funny until somebody actually does it, and then you're like, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Although to me, it's still funny.
So I say
having a fucked up sense of humor is incredible, but actually like following through on your jokes is...
Yeah, it's wild, right? But so here's what I said the other day on the show. We're already there, right? As a nation, we got a bunch of fucked up people in. We've got the AOCs, the Omars, the fucking Marjorie Taylor Greens, all of it. Let's go all the way. Let's get Itkiss in there. Let's get Herschel Walker in there. Let's get Dr. Oz in there. Let's really fuck it all up and then see how close to the brink we can get, you know? And then start over again.
So I've been in a car for 2 days and I've been tuning out from the world. What's this shit happening with Kanye West right now?
Oh, boy. Where do we
Explain
start?
this to me.
There's one word that can just sum it up, and it's Jews. So he's going after Jewish people right now. And...
For what?
They didn't do themselves any favor when they pulled the bank account from him after that. So it was
Wait,
just
what
like,
happened?
All right, cool. Yeah, they pulled his bank.
Well,
Who pulled his bank?
That's JP Morgan Chase, though.
Yeah.
That is decidedly not run by Jewish people.
I understand that, but you know the stereotype of like, oh, all Jews.
But honestly, here's what I think it is. He's said and done a bunch of stupid shit, but I think he keeps saying and doing stupid shit and then getting through it okay. And I think it's like a serial killer. He keeps taking more and more risks. Like, all right, who's the one group you can't talk shit about? Well, fuck that group. I honestly think that's what this is.
So was he going after like Hasidic Jews? Was he going after the Ashkenazis, the Sephardics?
It's basically the Hollywood model where he thinks Jews control everything. And same with him. In the fashion world and banking and everything else, that Jews control everything. And he's not happy about that because he believes that all blacks are Jews. And he went on a rant about that, which I had to ask D'Anthony live on air. I was like, what does that even mean? Because I've heard that from a couple people. Who was the last famous person to do it, the black guy?
Ice Cube?
Ice Cube, and then Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, too.
Ice Cube never actually said that. He just hung out with the Nation of Islam people, but they do, in some ways, hold that.
Right. And by the way, Ice Cube yesterday had to make a statement that said, hey, dude, Kanye didn't get any of this shit from me, so stop fucking hitting me up on social media. But then Nick Cannon, Bob, if you can look that up, what did Nick Cannon say about the Jews? And somebody stepped in and, I mean, it physically removed him from this world, it felt like, because Nick Cannon hosts all these fucking shows. He's got a talk show. He's got all this shit. I don't know if his agent went to his house and kidnapped him, but, like, he was just wiped off the planet, came back with an apology 48 hours later, and, I mean, it was back working again.
And is Kanye apologizing yet for what he said, or is he doubling down?
Doubling down.
And then he's saying, like, you know, my words are taken out of context, like, for, you know, in certain things, but the problem is he's off his meds.
Yeah, he said you tweeted that you're going to go DEF CON, which is not a thing, 3 on Jews.
Yeah.
There's no context.
Pretty anti-Semitic. I mean, being Jewish myself, the last time someone went DEF CON 3 on us, we ended up in prison camps and, you know, in the middle of Europe.
Well, the good thing is Kanye's making those clothes already. Like, he's already making Holocaust clothing, so.
Wait, what?
Maybe he's preparing for it. Oh, yeah, you haven't seen the fucking...
Are you sure it wasn't just like Hamburglar costumes? Because they're really similar.
No. I mean,
can you pull up the boy in the striped pajamas and then put Hamburglar next to him?
Hang on. If you pull up the boy in the striped pajamas and you pull up Kanye's line...
Oh, I know. They look exactly the same.
Yeah. You're starting to get there.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the Nick Cannon thing.
Yeah.
And it's like... You know, he was talking to some dude named Professor Griff who got kicked out of Public Enemy in 1989.
Oh, you don't know? Oh, come on, dude. The professor?
Yeah.
Well, how would you
with his hands, dude.
How would you know who that is? So
my mom sat me down because, you know, again, I'm in my barely 33. Sat me down, was like, here's the classics. You know, here's the stuff you missed, and I got the whole Public Enemy.
Or you were 25 years old in 1988. That's the reality of the situation.
What was the thing, Bob? And what is Delco laughing about over there?
Just something else.
There was a fake tweet that was going around. It was Taylor Swift just saying, "You're nothing, Greta Thunberg," or whatever.
Thunberg.
Be great if it was real. Be great if it was real.
Cannon was just talking about like the Rothschilds and Zionists and Jews being the Illuminati. You know, I mean,
yes.
typical grab bag stuff.
Yeah. But he went on a whole rant about it and how they were out to get everybody and vice versa. And like, I think Ice Cube apologized. He apologized. Kanye has yet to apologize.
If you
So
watch,
he's taking zero accountability for his words.
Oh yeah, he's doubling down. Like Dan said, he's going on more shows.
yeah, when is
So
Kanye?
people are actually allowing him to continue putting out his message of hate?
It's the ratings.
Well, it's almost like I understand platforming somebody like that can be an issue for some folks, but I like my stupidity and bullshit right out in the open where I can see it.
It's true.
If some guy's gonna fucking say a bunch of dumb shit, let's not stop him. Let him say it.
Yeah, and then that way you know who they are. And
like
you
I
don't
don't ever
hang out
have
with
to
them
listen
again.
to that dude ever again.
Correct. And I think a lot of people are in that camp. I saw a bunch of people online that were like, why are you guys still interviewing him? It's the same thing. One, it's ratings. Two, it's like, all right, great. Is this real or is this not real? And then as you keep saying it, you're like,
You never know with Kanye because he's
You don't.
got literal mental problems, but that's not an
Is
excuse.
it documented?
Oh yeah, yeah. He was
yeah.
actually in a 5150. So like he was held for I think 72 hours, and they thought he was going to kill himself.
He's got bipolar disorder, but
Yes.
I don't know how that. Look, I'm not an expert on bipolar disorder, but the people that I've known who have bipolar disorder didn't. It doesn't manifest itself in just casual racism. Typically, it's like manic and depressive stuff, not like the Jews are out to get us.
You know what I think it is? Here's my honest opinion on the whole Kanye thing. I think his mom dies, and this happened to like Jordan and who's the other one there? To Tiger Woods when their dad dies. You kind of flip out, right? You don't know what to do. His mom dies. It was super unexpected, right? She was getting plastic surgery. It was pretty simple procedures that were done. Decided to leave early and go home for like home care. You don't think your mom is going to die because she was fairly young, and her name was Donda West, and she was a professor, very smart, and all this shit. That was the only person in his life gone because he didn't really have a father figure or anything, right? So she's gone. And then that's when these episodes started to happen. Then he goes into the 5150 and all this other shit. They say what it is, the bipolar disorder, and then they put you on the meds, right? Well, on those meds, I don't know if you've known anybody who's bipolar or had a break like that. Like you end up gaining a lot of weight, which is what happened to him, right? So he's gaining a lot of weight. He's fucking miserable. And then he's going off of it to make albums because he couldn't make albums anymore. And then once he's off of it, I think the things that are little just nuggets in the back of his mind that he believes happened to him over his life, like the clothing line, for example, where he was going off about the Jews. Early in his career, when he wanted to start the fashion line, he bitched repeatedly to everybody, went on a huge Twitter tirade that nobody would finance it. And he couldn't get financing and everything else. And all the people that he was asking for financing were from Jewish people. So I think there's little nuggets here and there where if you connect the dots, it's probably things that were in his mind. And then, boom, now it's exacerbated because he's not on his meds
And
anymore.
since he's got such a large platform and following,
Right.
he says one thing and it's out there to the world.
And the only reason I say this is it actually happened to me one night. A friend of mine had bipolar disorder. We didn't know it. And he had taken some drugs one night we didn't know about either. And he walked into the room and there was like 8 of us there. And I'll never forget it. And he goes, boom, boom, boom. And he just went down the row. And he just said, you did this. You think this. You think this. You think this. And it was like, whoa, dude. We were like, where are you getting this? And he goes, I heard it. And I was in the other room. And I was like, man, we were all in this other room watching TV. It was like Judge Judy or something. I was like, I don't even know that any of us said one word. But clearly these little things were in the back of his mind the whole time. And he just came out and said it to like 9 of us in a row and then ran out of the fucking house. And that was it. That was the only time I've ever seen something relatively close to this where it was like, all right, there was nuggets in there where it was like, you wanted to be an actor, you don't want me to be an actor, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, man, nobody's ever said anything like that.
You know what's funny about Judge Judy is I bet there's a bunch of dudes that have sexual fantasies about Judge Judy.
Not after today.
About her, like, castigating them and making fun of them. Like, this whole weird-ass, what's it called? Giorgio.
Isn't her bailiff in jail for murdering his wife or something?
Yeah, she was on. Actually,
I don't think it was.
She was on Good Morning America.
I don't think it
morning.
was her bailiff. It was somebody else's.
She was on Good Morning America this morning with her granddaughter. The granddaughter is going to take over the franchise, so they've got a show together right now called like Family Court.
What's the?
She's 80.
What's the kink where it's like dudes like to be shamed by women and shit?
Oh, like it's a dominatrix form.
It's just simple like BDSM, right?
No, it's not. But it's like it isn't even about the sexual contact. It's
Like
about
financial dom?
It's humiliation porn.
Yeah, humiliation.
I think,
Yeah, humiliation.
So you can't tell. It's humiliation porn is actually a big subset of the male.
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah,
male
yeah.
sub category,
Yeah.
I guess. And there you know, because what more prominent figure is there more data on or more content on of the woman just making fun of dudes?
Judge Judy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like for fucking 40 years.
Whoa, I never thought about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So
dude.
there's probably like thousands of American men who are like every day Judge Judy. It's like all they could think about.
Yeah.
Dude.
Because my female sex worker friends always say that like these dudes want them to be shamed a lot. They're like make fun of them quite a bit.
Every porn star we've had on the show says the same thing,
Yeah.
dude. Like those shame videos those are the ones they pay the most for. Well, they'll fucking yell at him and shit.
So do you think that's why Judge Judy's retiring because their OnlyFans is doing really well?
She's not retiring. So like I watched it this morning and she was 80. She did not look great. And it was like, hey, you have $800 million. Just retire and enjoy your
But
life.
the power and the humiliation, that's so
Syndication.
Forget about whatever she made annually, which by the way is about $45 million a year is what she makes.
Yep.
But she sold the catalog for $480 2 years ago, I think. Just the back catalog, not including what she's continuing to make.
And then she sued for back paid residuals, and then she won that suit as well. So like it's around 8, and she keeps going. Watching her this morning was sad. Even my wife was just like, "Yo, what the fuck? Just retire."
Another toothpick. She's just trying to get to $1 billion. Like once you start and you get that close, you're at 800 million. You're like, all right, I got like 4 years left. Probably I
But
can do it.
would you care? Like, would you care? At that?
No, I would spend
fucking
all
way.
of that money doing weird shit to people.
Yeah.
I mean, if I made $100 million right now, I'd pop Ninja Smoke, and none of you fucks would ever hear from me again.
So let me ask you this, because I went to a business dinner the other night with a potential investor, and he looked me dead in the eye in the middle of this dinner, and he goes, "Hey, what is your number that you're happy with to leave this life today? What is it?" And it caught me off guard. Nobody's ever asked me that in person before, and I just blurted out 20. 20 is the number.
20 mil?
And he said the same thing.
20 mil. Yeah. 20 mil goes like that, dude. Can't do anything with 20 mil these days.
So I couldn't find any Judge Judy porn, but I did find Officer Judy Hops of Zootopia.
Oh, all right.
Cock.
Yeah, show that to Justin real quick, because
I
he's had
gotta
a
tell
long
you guys,
drive.
like, I've never felt like I've lived a sheltered life.
Yeah.
I've like always kind of felt like I'm out there, I'm well traveled, I've seen it all. But I come on this show and I learn about more shit that I've never heard about.
Yep. So that is an animated rabbit
Are you
sucking
gonna
a dick.
press play?
Yeah,
bro?
go ahead and press
I
play.
have found my new kink. This is great. Oh, the animation on this is amazing.
Boy, this is really good.
can't.
Who did this animation?
I
Man.
don't care.
This is
Nameless
intense.
Korean?
Yeah. Because a rabbit has huge teeth.
By the
And
way-
the fact that she's not using the teeth.
No, she's got them tucked up. It's fine.
But that's hard.
This is, by the way, this is more or less a. Don't look away.
Just don't look away. He's
You
gonna
know, all I'm
finish
thinking
at some
about is
point.
wherever I look in this room, I'm watching an animated rabbit suck an animated dick.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't they put a monitor right up here behind so there's no escaping?
I also love how
There's
it's
no
like
escape.
human.
Who
She's
said?
sucking a
Yeah, who
human
said the
dick.
guy's not? Who's is
Is
animated?
it a human dick?
Yeah, that's definitely.
Yeah, it's a
Like,
human.
I'm the guy at the dinner table that likes to make people feel uncomfortable with shit.
Sure.
Like I'm coming in here right now. I'm like, what?
This is a G-rated show, so next week we're moving most of this stuff over to Patreon,
It's a Patreon.
and it's going to
That's
be way worse.
Way worse.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that, dude. That rabbit is going to town. Looks like a good time. There is some teeth there, though, at the top.
a little bit, yeah, but she's really the stroke. Game,
How long is this video?
Yeah, it's really long.
It's as long as until I'm
Just
done.
7 minutes, man.
Yeah, but
It
for,
seems like it's
still
on
going.
for what she's doing, this
Is
should
there
be
a-
a 2-minute video.
This is
Like,
just
she's great.
This is a loop of the same 2.5
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah,
or
are we
Like
going to
a
see a
lazy
finish?
animator.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, we're going to see a finish?
Yeah, look up Judy Hope Cream Pie or whatever the fuck her name is. Anyways,
What
Yeah.
website is this?
Pornhub.
Pornhub.
You had to ask that with these colors?
Come on, man. That's universal. That's
Oh,
that's
there,
more
okay.
famous than the Italian flag.
No, I've heard of Pornhub.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
boy.
what's this one? This is a police one. This is you, Justin.
Well,
There's a little
Judy's
rabbit
got a
police
taser.
officer.
Yeah, taser.
Oh, and that's
Fabio.
Fucking A.
Oh, look at this hog.
Look at
though.
that horse cock. That's amazing. Right
Damn.
there. Man.
So now this is interspecies erotica.
Sure is. It sure is. Once you go interspecies, you never go back.
Well,
on
so was the
that.
last video, technically.
No, it was. But I mean, why is the straw in his mouth? Oh, that's the tooth. He was brushing his teeth.
It's a piece of grass because horses eat grass.
Well, do they?
Oh,
Whoopsies.
right into reverse cowgirl. No fucking.
Is that anal too?
That
It is.
That does appear to be
That's-
anal.
that's
yeah.
anal.
Painal. That's painal. 'cause
It's
that's
when
a horse
a
cock.
horse is involved, it's definitely
That's
painal.
painal, yeah. That's painful.
Painal
anal.
is painful anal.
have
by
you
the
ever
way.
seen? Have you ever been on a ranch where they're trying to pull semen from a horse?
So, first time I saw it.
Hold on. Stop everything.
What's up?
The creator of this has a Patreon.
Oh, we should shout him out.
What's Patreon?
That's what we're on. It's a site where you can really get away with anything you want. It's Bingus.
BN Bigus. BNBIGUS.
I don't know a lot of people who would want this on a daily basis, but sure.
No
if you're
free
out
ads.
there, yeah, no free ads.
Now, is there a money shot in this one? Because I need to see some cum.
Yeah, is there? Does he finish it all? Like, because this looks like it's on
What
a
are you
loop as
doing?
well.
No. If you look at her face.
Why don't you guys pull up a show so Dan can see pulling?
Here we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah, cream pie or
finished.
butthole.
They
Nice.
finished.
Good job, buddy.
They finished.
Look, no pregnancies there.
And she didn't seem that mad about it.
You don't
Like,
want to come out with some fucking half horse, half rabbit chud baby. So
No.
you want to go full anal on that, or pull out
Chud?
black chud baby.
Chud baby, yeah.
Cannibalistic humanoid. What?
Exactly.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's cannibalistic humanoid, undetermined.
Underground.
dudes.
Underground.
Something. Who knows? I don't know all the acronyms, but the first time I saw a horse get jacked off was on Yellowstone. I wasn't aware of the process.
Oh yeah, and sometimes it goes terribly wrong.
Yeah, so have you done that on
Well,
your ranch?
if you don't
No,
get the sleeve
I don't,
on
I don't
there-
raise horses. You got to be really rich to raise horses.
If you don't get the
True.
sleeve on their cock in time, it makes a mess. Or you
Huge
can,
mess.
Oh, it does?
Oh yeah.
Oof. Who's on the other side of that?
Usually a Japanese businessman.
Okay. And then you got
There's a lot of money in horse semen.
tons.
And
What,
cows.
do you have
Derby?
to like dig through it or how?
No, I mean
No.
if you've got a great horse,
Yep.
you can sell a shot for a lot.
So the only
of money.
reason to win the Kentucky Derby, the Belmont Stakes, or the Preakness is simply to sell that sperm. That is it. That is, I mean, you can make 60 to 90 million off of a winner like that. And,
Horsecom.com. I
Yeah,
think
they
is
just
what the
become
website
studs,
is.
dude, and that's where the phrase came from, obviously. Like this is shitty animation, so I don't need it. I don't need Mr. Safety Line at all in front of my face right now.
I think your viewers want to see one of you guys put on the bite suit and get bit by the dog.
Is the dog here?
Giorgio's doing
Dog's
that,
in
right?
the car.
The dog's in the car. Giorgio's got a fear of dogs.
Yeah, which is I think this is exposure theory.
We're gonna
it's my-
make such a mess in here because
it's
she's
my
gonna knock
interv-
all this shit off the table.
we
but it'll
can't
be
do
great.
that, but like because it's my anniversary with my wife tonight. So if I get my arm bitten off and I can't go to dinner, then I'm fucking nuked, right? Like that's it. I can't
You
live.
just have to celebrate. It doesn't say where you have to celebrate. You can do it in the ER. You can do it at Olive Garden.
Sure.
Are you taking her to Olive Garden tonight?
No, it's close. It's close. Do we have an Olive Garden near here, by the way? I would have made
Closest
Rezzies.
one would be at Lamar and like 290.
Switch it back to the monitor, please. Oh yeah, I forgot about John Hamm in blackface too. God, that was so fucking funny.
Oh, yeah.
God,
Yeah.
that is a great. That's one of the first live episode or the second live
What
episode,
year is
right?
this from? He's so young.
This is like 2013, I think.
2013, yeah.
or 20, maybe 2012. Didn't the series end in 2013?
It ended in 2012, so this is like 11, I think.
Yeah, this is the next to last season.
Does
I
this
believe.
technically qualify as blackface?
I mean, he just put two little pieces of black stuff on him and an afro wig. But in the episode, if you watch it, he is playing a black man in
Correct.
blackface.
Yeah.
They actually say that he's doing it, and Tracy Morgan's character gets super upset about it.
Yeah. It's really funny. It's really fucking funny. Did you see Top Gun, by the way?
Yes,
Yeah.
finally.
Yeah. In theaters? Because last time we chatted, I was like, hey, dude, you've got to go see this in theaters.
Guys,
Like,
I saw it on an airplane.
you fucking dick. Did you really?
Saw it on an airplane.
The last conversation I had with you, I go, hey, dude, I would never say this about another movie. Go see it in theaters and go enjoy your life.
I was dying to, and then I was gonna go see it with my buddy Kevin LaRosa, who did all the aerial cinematography for it. Homeboy,
and
is
you
the-
didn't go see it in theaters
Well,
for your
I
buddy?
was trying to. There was no time. Listen, man, I'm very thankful for the life I have, and I'm very appreciative, and I love it, and I wouldn't change anything. But the time for me, the time to do what I want to do, happens after like 7 other things. You know,
Okay.
my kids, my wife, my dogs, my cattle.
No, I'm the same. I
My
get it. I
property,
get it,
like.
yeah.
Like for me to go unplug for 2.5 hours and go sit in a movie theater, I'm a cinephile. I love it, but there's just no ability to do it.
Well, how old are your kids? Because I was able to take my kid to see Top Gun. So that was the...
Yeah, watch it at your home theater. It's still good.
That was the other thing was I was going to do it at my home theater,
Mm.
and then the kids want to watch a cartoon or something.
How
you
old
know?
are they? How old are your kids?
1.5, 5, and 9.
Okay, well, the 9-year-old.
9-year-old. There's the
Boy or girl?
girl.
Okay, so maybe she didn't want to see.
I
Top Gun.
think she would have been down for the airplane. Who doesn't like airplane stuff? Every time we
I
get
know.
low
Yeah.
flybys with like the C-130s over my property, they
Saudi
love it.
Arabia.
Yeah, they don't like that.
I mean, they like flying them into buildings. And
No.
shit.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe. But as far as like Top Gun, you saw it on an airplane. What did you think on an airplane?
Yeah, did you go try to take the controls from the pilot? Did you get all jacked up like, hey, I could fucking fly this fucking
I'll
thing?
get this Mach 9, motherfucker.
Let's go. 9.5. No, it was incredible. I mean, just watching the only Tom Cruise. Man,
I know.
I want to make a movie with Tom Cruise. Like
know.
no one else has. I was watching on a talk show, like he was talking about doing a stunt, not him, who was it? One of his buddies, I think it was like Matthew McConaughey or somebody, was talking.
Oh, Matt Damon.
Yeah,
I know,
yes.
yeah.
Bring up this clip for Dan to see. This clip is great.
So I don't know if we can physically show it because it was on Jimmy Fallon. Yeah, we'll get dinged for it on YouTube, but I'll give you the gist of it real quick. Matt Damon goes to dinner with Tom Cruise and says, hey, man, how did you do this one stunt in this movie? It was unbelievably impressive.
And
all
Tom
this other
Cruise
shit.
says, well, I grabbed the safety coordinator and, I talked him through the entire gag and told him how we were going to do it. And the safety coordinator was like, Tom, that's too dangerous. We can't do it. So Matt Damon was like, well, Tom, how'd you pull it off then? He goes, I got a new safety coordinator. Like only Tom Cruise could get actors into the back of these aircraft and film it for real. Put them through flight school. Jennifer Connelly was really in the Mustang with Tom flying around.
Oh, yeah.
And, he's a phenomenal pilot. And he has a passion for this. And it shows on camera.
Well, now he's going to fucking space.
He is.
I'm going with him.
So the next movie is shot in space. If you were to get cast in that, would you do it?
I would do it for free.
Really?
I'll tell you this right now. If you gave me 70-30 odds of surviving space travel, I would go.
Okay.
I would take a 70-30 chance of survival.
So right
to
now,
go
they're
do
trying
it.
to race this. The project is done. It's written and everything else, right? They're trying to race it through, but they're worried that the technology isn't there to get a
Tom, if you're
film
listening
crew.
to the Drinking Bros, I will go to space and work at union minimum for you. Can't do it for free because it's union minimum. And I'll even bring my dog.
Okay.
And we'll have the first canine to ever go to space.
Let's see. What's union
I think
minimum?
Russia used to send
Yeah.
dogs to space.
Lot of
Union minimum.
Fuck those commies.
Yeah,
That's true,
exactly.
yeah.
And I'll say that on national television.
Yeah, there you go. I think union minimum for that budget is probably $7.95 a day, somewhere in there, $8.25.
I don't care. I don't care if
I-
it costs me to
Exactly,
do it. I would do that, and I would take that out. To go to space would be incredible.
Yeah.
To make the first film in space.
Yep.
I mean, remember Apollo 13?
Oh, yeah.
You know how they did all those sequences?
The same way they filmed the moon landing, bitch.
Oh, dude, he doesn't believe in the moon landing. I believe in
I
the moon
do.
landing.
I'm kidding.
Okay, thank you. So they put everyone on the Vomit Comet, which is a parabolic aircraft. I've done it. I did it actually. That was my 30th birthday gift for myself.
Did you throw up?
Fuck no. I used to do that. So I had a buddy who got very wealthy, came from nothing, like moved to New York City, bought a used pair of loafers, got into finance, lived with like 7 other dudes in a 2-bedroom apartment in New York, and was just brilliant. And ended up IPOing his fund for I don't know if I can say what he made, but he made a lot of money. He got fuck you rich.
Sure.
So, we would literally just jump on his private jet and go everywhere all the time. And depending on where we were going and how small and remote we wanted to go, sometimes we'd take a Hawker 850 and literally a road trip, just stop in crazy countries and spend a night, refuel. The pilots were insane former military pilots, and so we do combat takeoffs coming out of long runways, and we would do parabolic arches. So we've done a ton of 0G maneuvers where they basically just
Yeah.
So on the Vomit Comet, it's a scientific. It's a 7, I think an old 727 or 737 or something like that. They hollowed it out. They put 30 seats in the back for takeoff and landing.
Oh, I've heard of these. Yeah.
And
They put you in a suit and they basically simulate 0G by
Yeah.
And
basically.
they simulate the moon's gravity, Mars's gravity, all the different gravities. It was cool. I mean, it would have been way cooler if none of those other people were on the fucking aircraft. But
Sure.
If you had it to yourself, it would have been awesome. But you're bumping into people trying to do quadruple somersaults and shit, and dudes are just getting in the way, so you're just front kicking them in the face and clearing your airspace out. But it was really cool. So yes, that's how they filmed that in that.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And people do throw up.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
People come too.
Yeah,
that's
lot of
the
people.
problem with me going to space. I pound off so much, it's just gonna be like fucking cum everywhere.
Yeah, you ever get a fear boner?
Fear boner.
Yeah, where you've just been so afraid, you just get a boner, and you're like, oh my god, I can't stop this.
Well, it's your fight or flight. It's your
Sure is.
your amygdala telling your body to get ready for war.
Sure is.
Basically, yeah.
It's a fear boner. We've all had it.
Speaking
never
of,
Ever had a
fear
death
boner.
boner
by the way,
at a funeral?
oh well, that's
I don't go to funerals. They're dead. What do they care? They don't care if I'm there or not.
you've seen Top Gun multiple times, and then
I have.
in the beginning when he punches out of that test
Yeah.
flight.
Don't spoil it, man. People might not have seen it
Oh,
yet.
everybody on
It's-
the planet has fucking seen the
if
movie.
if you haven't seen it by now, then
You're a piece of shit.
yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you are. You hate America. Let's just say
At
it.
any rate,
It's
when he
very-
punches out, how fast is he going when he punches out?
9.5.
9.5.
So that would rip your skin completely off of your body. If
So
you
that's
punched out
not-
like
that's
that.
not-
No.
Hey, Dan,
Not
newsflash. It's called Hollywood.
Well, and I also believe in Tom Cruise. Like,
Yeah,
I
Tom
think
Cruise would survive.
Yeah, he survived it.
100%.
I mean,
I
he's-
think it was real. I think he survived it, and I think he flew that jet by himself.
No, if you punched out at 10 G's, literally it would pulverize you.
But did you see his face pulling back? Like, dude, he did it. That was real.
He hit some G's. Maybe in the bird he hit 7, but he didn't punch out at 7.
Wow.
Dude, I probably felt like half a G or maybe 1 G max. And that is some of the most uncomfortable.
No, 1 G is Earth's gravity.
Oh,
so 1.5 or 2 maybe.
1.5
Yeah,
to 2.
yeah.
I remember going up for a parabolic arch in my buddy's Hawker. And it was.
It's a weird feeling. It's like soda. In
Well,
your
it feels
brain
like
or
your
something.
shins are going to pop out of your
Yeah.
knees when you're standing up because you're pushing down. Maybe that was half a G max. I couldn't. It was actually a G4 we were in, and I don't. How many Gs can a G4 withstand before it falls apart?
A Gulfstream for you, man?
A Gulfstream? Not sure.
But that's going to be Googleable information.
I did we did a private jet, or not a MiG. We hired a private MiG company for a movie and did it. Me and my wife, and I think 2 Gs or 3 Gs was what we ended up doing. I was fine. She got sick. She got sick on it, but it was fun as shit, man. And like, goddamn.
Where did you get the MiG from here?
So this is the story, man. This is a wild one. We tried to call, all the various like studios and everything else because it was an independent film. Couldn't get a hold of anybody, and my line producer on that movie found a private company online that was doing it. They were Russian MiGs that he bought from Russia, and like all over his website, he said, "We did Iron Man, we did, all these huge budget movies." And I was like, "This must be fine." And it was $5,000 in cash a piece. So $5,000 for me, $5,000 for his flight. His last name was Briggs, by the way. I think it's Lieutenant Briggs. Anyway, so we get there. We do. He's like, "How fast you want to go? Do you want to do dog fights and all this other shit?" And I was like, "Man, just want to do some simple shit, make it look cool for camera. I'm good. Like, I don't need to take a risk today. Don't need that because we couldn't insure it in the movie, so I had to leave that scene out when I turned the script in for the insurance. We got up in this thing. Did all the cool shit. My wife did the cool shit. Well, I didn't know her at the time. I mean, it was just an actress, and we ended up getting married later in life. Today is our anniversary, by the way. But she threw up. I did the stuff. Got out of there. He told us all the cool stories, all the fun things, and everything else. But as we were leaving, he goes, "By the way, if you want to look me up, man," he's like, "I'm the guy that buzzed the Santa Monica Pier," and I was like, "Oh." All right. I was like, I remember that story on TMZ. And so I watched the footage, and like there's a guy that gets about 20 yards from the Santa Monica Pier buzzing it in a MiG, and it was this guy. And I was like, what
year was that?
Fuck. Probably 2008, 9. The video's on YouTube.
Was it all MiG'd out like with Russian?
No, he took all the decals off of it. So it looked like the ones from Top Gun, right?
Okay.
On camera, because he was filming shit in there. But also he was going to Vegas and getting tourists and things like that. Cut to 6 months later, he takes this couple up in a plane to do a dogfight thing. Guy got caught up in his jet wash, crashes the MiG, right? Then the press starts getting involved in the media. It turns out this guy, that's not a real company. He's just charging people $5,000 a pop to go up in these things because he's out of fucking cash. Now his partner has died in Vegas. A tourist has died in this fucking MiG in Vegas.
Like not able to eject died.
No, yeah, they're dead. They're dead. They're gone from this planet. So he lands, drops his person off, and then hightails it to China.
In his MiG.
Correct. In his MiG, makes it to China. FAA, everybody's looking for him at this point. Bob, he flew through the St. Louis Arches. It's the same guy. flew through the arches as well. And that's when he got his license pulled for that stunt. Goes over to China, runs out of money over in China, and has to enter a flight competition, and the first prize gets X amount of dollars, right? So he does this maneuver, and he's with an 18-year-old Chinese reporter in the back seat of this thing. And he claimed, allegedly, I've got a different thought on it, but he could skip the plane off of the water, right? Just kind of touch it and skip, and it was like a cool trick, and that was going to win the money for this competition. Hits the water again, kills him and the Asian kid in the back of it. They both die, and it becomes this massive story that nobody's been able to solve.
So how did he fly his MiG from Las Vegas?
This is what I want to know as well. So he had a spot in California. What type of fuel does it take? Because I'm assuming
it's got to be Jet A.
So we gotta, because ours was up by you. Like that's where we shot this. So like we were up by you in Santa Barbara, right? When we shot that scene. So that's probably where he refueled. Can a plane get to California to China, or did he have some help? Like,
no, he had to have gone north. He had to have gone north, but the FAA, if he'd landed in Alaska, and they were after him,
it's got about an 888.6 mile range.
Okay, so how far?
So he would have had to gone probably from Santa Barbara to Northern California, state by state, virtually 800 miles. 800 miles is about 300 miles farther than you get on a truck gas tank.
Gotcha.
On like a 30-gallon truck gas tank.
So to this day, I wanted to do, because he was so personable and he was like a big dude and like he had all the stories and all the cool shit, and like looking back on it, I don't know if any of it was real.
Well, maybe it was a hybrid.
I just think you have your next documentary right
now.
Well,
that's the thing. Is so like that's a movie and a book that I will like. I would love to make and get out into the world. But I think the guy's name was Lance, like Lieutenant Lance Briggs, or his last name was Briggs. I know that. But if you type in buzzing, like on YouTube, buzzing the Santa Monica Pier, there's cell phone footage of it, and we watched it, and it was like, holy shit, dude. So this was the guy, and then you can follow the Trail of Tears of this guy's story. No free ads, Bob. No free ads on this. What is the Law Boss? Okay, here we go. This is it right here. So pop this up on screen. This was the fucking guy.
Do we have some sound? Oh my God.
Yeah, so play it. Give it some volume, Bob.
The fallout. Share?
Rewind it.
Well, that's right, Victoria. It certainly was a very terrifying afternoon for people here on the Santa.
Why was it terrifying? That's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
The military jet flying high into the air, doing rolls, smoke coming out, and then what looks like an air show turns into terror.
Why is there terror?
I mean, look how close it is.
The jet plane then buzzes the Santa Monica Pier right by the Ferris wheel. 911 flooded with calls.
Out here on the beach by Santa Monica Pier, and there are two military jets buzzing it. I mean, we're coming in close. They're maybe 10 feet above it. 10 feet above the beach?
That's nuts, dude. I mean, it's fucking insane.
That's cool shit.
It's cool, but it would scare the shit out of people.
I wonder what I would think if I was sitting on the pier right there. Would I notice that?
There it is. That's the guy. So it's Dave Riggs. I was off by a one initial. So it was Dave Riggs. This was the guy. Now this is a younger picture of him. So picture him maybe 10 years older than this picture. So he looks like Goose when he's older. He had all the fucking cool stories.
Born in Kansas City, by the way.
Was he really? Yeah. That's why he buzzed the fucking. That's why he went through the goddamn arches.
So he's got an IMDb.
Yes. How extensive is it?
What movies?
Was it Iron? Because he said Iron Man to us, and then he had like a bunch of Marvel
Iron Man. You mean
movies.
Iron Eagle or something?
No, he said Iron Man. Like Iron Man.
I'm not seeing that on here. I see Red Sky. I think that seems like something he made.
Okay. What else? Anything big?
Oh no, that's fucking. Is that Bill Pullman? Wow. Hold on. Additional crew credits: Man vs. Machine, documentary, in real life, jet pilot, Succubus, Hellbent. Nothing that I've ever heard of.
Okay, so on the website he had like Iron Man and all this other shit, and then even when we showed up, he was telling us about Iron Man and everything else, and I was like, all right, cool, man. But then again, the last thing that got me before we left that day was, hey, by the way, I'm that guy that buzzed the Santa Monica Pier. And it was like, all right. So we got back to production later that night and then started looking up the videos. And then all these stories started to tie together, and it was like, this guy lost his FAA license, and like we couldn't tell insurance, we couldn't tell anybody, and so we had to just kind of keep this story to ourselves until the end of production, and
then just like show up to post production with like a little drive and be like, and this footage gets inserted at 1 hour, 27 minutes, and 32 seconds.
I mean, it was gnarly, dude. So then 6 months later, we were in post, and then that's when he dies. That's when the first person dies, right? And then he goes on and dies in like China, and it's such a wild story that like that guy's life, I would love to make a documentary about. Because I don't know if any of it was true. Like any of the things he was telling us were true. But he was a good pilot, and we did all the shit. And when I said go easy, thank God I said that, because the other people did not. And I know that was their downfall. But I said, look, dude, I'm not trying to be a hero today. I just need the shots for the movie, and I'm out. Like, I'm good.
Which movie was it?
50K and a Call Girl Love Story. And it was in like all the festivals and all the shit. And I met my wife on it. And it was rad. But looking back on it, it was my producer who called me after he read the article, and he goes, hey, dude, we all could have died that day. And I was like, well, we got the shot.
You can die
any day.
Yes.
At least die doing something cool. And let me ask you about this. Black Buffalo. What's Black?
But help yourself. So that's one of our new advertisers on the show. Dan uses it a lot.
So that one, that's just ritual. So it doesn't have any nicotine in it. But
correct. If you're trying to quit, nicotine and everything.
It's synthetic tobacco, so there's no tobacco, no carcinogens. We have some in the lobby.
What material is it?
I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's smart.
Very smart. Yeah. And it's great, and a lot of people are using it. They're on every huge show right now.
Because I don't do nicotine and I don't do tobacco, but I do remember.
There's neither in it, so if you want it, you can have it.
Will you pack it for me?
Oh, look at that, dude.
That's what happens when you get to Hollywood.
This is what happens when you get a handsome cop on the show. He's like, hey, dude, can you pack this for me? Yeah.
You want an instant replay slow-mo?
Yeah, go ahead.
Will you pack
it for me?
Well, at least you weren't presenting me your butt when you said that.
Well, you could.
I could.
You could.
Well, we'll do that off air, too.
Yeah, we'll definitely do that off air. But
there's definitely no nicotine, no tobacco.
Read the top.
I read the top. Is this a prank or something?
No.
No. It's one of our advertisers.
Okay.
We would fuck them over if it was otherwise. But anyway, R.I.P. to Riggs, dude. R.I.P. to Riggs. He's no longer with us.
You can swallow this, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, if you want, but...
If you want to. Why would you want to do that?
As long as I'm looking you in the eye.
You can take an empty can if you want.
Thank you.
Good to go. Do you pop it in with your elbow? How experienced of a dipper are you? I used to dip back in the day.
How do you pop it in with your elbow?
Going right through that hole, brother. Yeah. You can bust this wide open.
No, he's talking about...
the top of the can.
Pushing the top of the can in so you can fucking
elbow it in, dude. Yeah.
Demonstrate.
Not going to do that on there. Just in case it goes wrong. It's been a while. I haven't dipped in maybe 15 years. It's been a long time.
Tell me about
You know what it was? It was a Braves World Series that I never got to see again. Never saw them win. Still haven't seen them win. Not going to see it either. There you go. Boom.
So you just like...
Well, he's got a long
That
sleeve
goes
on.
wrong. You're going to need stitches.
Nah, that's why I can't do it in short sleeves. But
now I can't
long sleeve,
advertise
you're good to
as
go.
well. Hard as...
We got a million. We got a million. Look at
always
this.
more.
There we
Good.
go.
Got a million of it.
This is interesting. The packaging is fantastic on it.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Black Buffalo
tastes really good
dude.
too. But they have other ones that are like that have nicotine in it, but it's all synthetic. There's no carcinogens, right?
Yeah, the synthetic stuff freaks me out, man. The Zins, the Juuls, all that stuff. I feel like we're going to find out that that's way worse.
Well, Juuls are banned now, so they're out, right? Turns out it was Philip Morris who owns Juuls.
Yeah.
So they were just, Well, I think the more shocking thing is they own all the marijuana patents as well. Mm-hmm. So as soon as that's over and you're going to every state, they own the box, the shape, the size, the packaging, the cigarette rolls, like all of it. They own every single fucking patent for that shit. So they're just going to move on because we just came from North Carolina, right? It's all tobacco fields there. They're
I thought
already
Juuls
lined
came back.
They're done. They're done. They
Really?
got bans by the FDA, so they're out. But those tobacco fields in North Carolina, they're just going to convert those to marijuana fields, and that's it.
They'll make a lot of money doing it too.
Yeah, why not?
And you know what? If that takes money out of the cartel's pockets, it's a good thing.
Yeah, less
I agree.
fentanyl.
You know,
I agree.
it's
Less fentanyl.
Our governor here doesn't agree with that. Wheelchair doesn't agree with that. He wants to keep marijuana banned, which I don't.
Is that a religious thing or?
I have no idea.
It's a great question,
honestly.
man. I don't either.
I don't know any people that actually care about it, so I don't know who that's
Me neither.
for.
I don't know one person who cares about it.
Listen, I'd much rather deal with a stoned person than a drunk person.
Yeah, no shit.
Every single time.
There's no stoned person that wants to fight you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, hey, man, okay, I'll go to jail tonight.
They just want fucking Cheetos.
That's it.
Like, I mean, you could get mad at the guy for eating all your Oreos and Cheetos and shit, but it's like you can always buy more. It's not like you hurt somebody.
Exactly. I was a bouncer in college for all 4 years, right, of college, and I'll never forget. Our manager came over and she's like, "You can't let this guy in. He's too high." And I was like, "What's he gonna do? Fucking eat all the food and drink all the beer?"
Drive
like
25 miles per hour in a fucking 50.
I go, the guy that I'm worried about is that 5'5" Italian at the bar who's on his 5th fucking Jaeger shot, and it's 9:30. Like that's gonna be a fucking issue.
I saw something on Instagram the other day. It was a guy making a mixed drink, and it was like a splash of soda and then like half a bottle of Jaeger, and he just chucked it.
Oh God!
Like what? I appreciate tough people, but people with strong constitutions. But how do you? I don't understand that one. I don't get.
Jägermeister and Goldschlager.
Yeah,
Goldschlager.
Do you know the history of Goldschlager?
Well, St. James Street James does, obviously, but yeah, I don't know the real one. I know the made-up version.
Wait, that's
in my
not
book.
the real history?
No, it sure isn't.
I actually been teaching people that.
Yeah, his kids. You homeschool, right? And it's mostly about Goldschlager.
Basically, here's the exploits of a Street James, St. James. And,
Here's the romance novels for dudes. Okay?
Yeah.
If you want to learn about
if you want to
that.
learn anything about being a dude, you got to read these books.
Exactly. So it's up on iTunes. You're good to go now.
My 1.5-year-old has a signed copy from you. That'll be the first book he reads when he gets to 4th grade.
It should be mandatory for everybody.
I agree.
Should be mandatory.
I forgot that Vice wrote that article back.
Oh yeah. Can Ross Patterson bring masculinity back? You know, the odd thing is like we're still asking this question to this day of where is masculinity's gone, and that was 5 years ago. And it's just like, where has it gone, and how do we get it back? I know at the top of the show you were pissed off about the guy fucking in Congress, like, but how do we get this back?
Where have all the cowboys gone?
Yeah,
Is that a song?
Sure is.
By somebody?
By Tatum Skiggins.
You know, true story.
Is that a real name?
No, I just made that up.
I actually rank my horses and judge my horses
by cock
based off of St. James's steed.
You should.
That right there should be the baseline of all horses.
It's
right
Paula
there.
Cole.
Oh, Paula Cole.
I don't know who that is either.
You know who else is on Good Morning America this morning? Was Melissa Etheridge. Eth, as I like to call her. She was still singing that song, dude. Just to meet you, just to meet
It's
you.
a great song, man.
It is a great
If you
song.
wrote one great song, that should carry you through your entire life. I feel like.
It did. She has a book about it. She has a play about it. It's called Come to My Window. Oh, no.
Kenny
Loggins had
Loggins-
hits,
Come
brother.
on.
Fuck off. Loggins?
How many?
Can't pull up Kenny Loggins' hits, dude. So Caddyshack, he did the theme song for. I'm all right. Don't nobody worry about me. He did that one as well. Danger Zone. He did all of Top Gun.
Danger Zone.
He did all of Top Gun. Footloose. All of Footloose.
Was he Footloose?
Yes, dude.
Okay,
Everybody Footloose. Yeah, I mean, it was cut loose.
Will you do that dance for us right now?
Fuck yeah, I will.
Get
Fuck
up on
yeah.
the table.
I worked with Chris Penn, by the way, and then he died the night before the premiere. So last movie with that fine fella, and he was a great dancer.
How do you like that stuff? It's good, huh?
It's great.
Flavor's super nice. It doesn't get all bunched up in your mouth and
No.
shit. It's really nice.
No, it's really nice.
Yeah.
And I love that it's 0 nicotine, 0 tobacco.
Yeah, Black Buffalo. You can take it with you.
Yeah, you can keep
We
that.
got a
I
ton of
plenty.
cans.
I might take a sleeve with me for this 25 hours back to LA.
Yeah, no
Fuck, dude. What do we got here for Loggins, dude?
You named them all: Caddyshack, Footloose, and Top Gun. He did also write a song. I didn't know this for the Sly Stallone classic, "Over the Top."
Over
Oh.
the top. Come on, dude. That was one of the greatest movies of all time. What was the song?
Meet Me Halfway.
Oh, fuck. I know that was with the kid and everything.
I don't,
Shit.
I don't remember that song.
Play
play
that.
it.
No, we can't
Well,
play it.
we'll get dings. Can you actually let me play it off my phone?
Can you hum it?
I can play it off my phone. Hang on.
So wait, how come every time you ask them to Google stuff, they Google stuff? But when I ask a simple question like, how many G's can a G4 take?
Oh yeah,
Still waiting.
What was the answer to that?
Inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
Really?
Oh shit, we're getting dinged.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. We're definitely good things.
No, it's too far away. They can't hear this.
That does.
The mics don't pick this up, right?
Yes, it does.
Clearly, hear it in our headphones.
It's too far away.
Your headphones let you know what the mic is picking up.
No, that's not true.
That's exactly
I
true.
don't. So you don't
So
know
this
how
was at
headphones
the end of the
work.
movie when he drives away with the kid, and it's a whole fucking thing. And
I don't remember much about that movie, but I do want a cable machine in my car.
Oh, yeah.
For the drives.
Do you get invited to all the Paramount Plus premieres?
No.
Because Stallone's got a new one.
Yeah, Tulsa
King, dude.
It looks great.
But one would think you're on the network where it's just like, hey, dude, because we used to get invited to all this shit.
Yeah, I'm sure if COVID hadn't happened, we'd all be invited. I don't think anyone's really doing. We haven't done a premiere for a couple of seasons.
All right, let me ask you this: Is your crew still wearing masks?
Yeah.
Fucking hey, dude.
Yeah, if we're indoors, we're wearing masks. We're still testing.
No way. To this day.
Yeah, every production is.
Why?
I don't know.
So I heard that, and we got a call from 2 or 3 people who were looking for work, and they were like, "Hey, I'd love to come sit in Austin in a goddamn air-conditioned studio for 8 hours a day or less, whatever shows you guys shoot, and do this. How much is it?" And I was like, "Well, how much are you making?" And they were like, "Well, we're making fucking $175." And I was like, "No, dude, you can't. No." And I was like, "What's the fucking story?" And they're like, "We're still wearing masks." And I was like, "That's not true." So that is true.
Yeah.
Yeesh.
Yeah, if we're outside in certain areas, we don't have to. But if we're indoors in vans, yeah.
Gavin announced last week that they're going to end the California state of emergency of February 28th.
I can't believe it's still under state of emergency.
Yeah, what is it for? For COVID?
Yeah.
Yep.
February 28th of next year?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck
23.
up. God,
I don't understand. I don't know.
Either.
Listen, if I know you're not going to agree with me, but if some people feel safer, whatever, I'll wear. I don't care. I'd rather not wear a mask. But if there are people that I'm unaware of their health elements and we're in a confined space and it makes them feel safer.
Yeah, look, and I'll be honest with you. I'm the same. It depends on what environment it is, right? So you are doing it for your job, okay? And it's for a great TV show that everybody loves and all that stuff. I totally understand it. For the White House, I had to fucking do that shit too, but I wanted to go to the White House and I knew the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Or it was just all right, great. They're going to test me every fucking 4 hours and I'm going to have to do the things.
Every 4 hours?
Oh, we're meeting the president shit. So it's like, hey, dude, even though they all had it anyway, so it didn't really matter. But every 4 hours. And then, it was so intricate. There was an app we had to download, and the app was going to tell you. And the hilarious thing about it is, it was like, dude, I just got tested 4 hours ago. In the next 4 hours, even if I did get COVID, it's not going to show up on this goddamn thing anyways. It was almost for a peace of mind that they wanted, where it was just all right, great. And then when I got there, it was separated by politics. So everybody who's a Democrat wearing a mask. Senators, congressmen, everybody wearing a mask. If you were a Republican, nobody was wearing a mask.
See, that's what I don't get is I don't understand how it became so political.
Well, because one side of the political aisle wants to control everything you do, and the other side doesn't.
Right, and they want you to work. And so I know Trump was big on this too, where he was like, everybody get back to work. I don't want to shut down the fucking country. Let's get back to work. And everybody else is like, no, we can't do this. And I think that was where the division was. The problem is you got the midterms coming up in about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks now. Was everything that was all fucked up, all the businesses that were shut down and everything else, will they vote against it because they hated it and it destroyed their businesses? And I guess we'll find out.
People forget. We'll find out, but people forget.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
What happened to Pepperidge Farm?
Oh, you didn't hear about that? That sausage thing?
The Milano cookies?
No, dude. The sausages.
The people that make the Milano cookies.
Yeah, there was a guy who puts 4,800 sausages in his anus and then snuck out of the factory.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, and then he was giving them to people who were out of business and
he ended up
feed their families.
Wait, how did he sneak them out of the factory?
In his anus. Yeah.
Rectally.
But he ended
How
up,
did he fit?
4,800. It was the Lynx. It was the small Lynx
yeah,
sausages.
the little Smokies.
I feel like I'm being fucked with right now.
No, it was the little tiny Smokies. It's about like a pinky.
And he eventually got sodium and nitrate poisoning because that's what is in a little Smoky.
And so he died, and then that's when they found 4,800
yeah.
sausages.
When he died, he fell face first into the ground, and they just all came out at once.
Everything. And so what happened was he had made this note to his wife, and he said, "Hey, here's what I'm going to do. All these people are out of work, and everybody's lost their businesses, so I got to sneak out these these sausages and try to do my part."
And it looked like, Bob, if you want to pull this up, it looked a lot like a seahorse giving birth. So if you just want to Google a seahorse giving birth, this is what it looked like when they all popped out.
So it was the Pepperidge Farm incident.
I learned so much when I come to visit you guys.
Yeah, and the beauty of the story we just told is none of it is true.
Like I said, I'm being fucked with.
Yeah, not one word of that
how did
was
Pepperidge
true.
Farm even come up?
I don't know. How did you bring that up?
It's a Family Guy joke.
They remember.
Pepperidge
Family Guy?
What? Family Guy's cartoon. Seth MacFarlane.
4,800 sausages in one man's anus.
Yeah, look at this. Put this up on screen.
Yeah, have you seen? Well, we can't do this either because they ding it for National Geographic.
Well, you see, this
you
is
can
what.
just show him. This is a seahorse.
You guys can look up a seahorse giving birth on your own, but this is what it looked like, except for it was coming out of the back.
Look at how many people there are. That's like 800 children he's giving birth to.
Yeah, you're telling me a guy can't fit 4,800 little Smokies up his ass, but this thing can give birth up to 2,000 babies. Like how small it is.
Those are very tiny. Yeah. You're right.
Wow.
Yeah. Still going.
Where have all the little Smokies gone? Yeah.
Can you eat seahorses?
Maybe that's Paula Cole's follow-up.
Yeah.
Where
can you
all
eat a
little
seahorse?
Smokies
I wouldn't
gone?
recommend it.
But could you?
I mean, you can eat anything.
I can eat anything.
Will it make you sick? Is there any meat on it to eat?
Oh, hey, first question. Is a seahorse edible? Bob, click that link right there. People also ask. Seahorses are often dried and ground into powder.
Yeah, for your
and
dick.
added by Chinese consumers for rice wine. I love rice
So
wine.
I
love sake.
There is an old Chinese myth that powdered seahorse will make your fucking cock hard.
Sure
And
will.
it could be true. I don't know what's in a seahorse.
Yeah. I'm going to have some tonight before the anniversary dinner, Just some ground up some seahorse. Do you have any on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got some in the truck.
You got any little Smokies in there?
Yeah, I would grind up the little Smokies.
I do have some Smokies in the truck. Would you like me to go get them for you?
Yeah, you got those little sausage links, too?
They're not links, but they are yummy sausages, smoked sausages from
Are they
Tractor
really?
Supply.
Really?
Fuck yeah, dude. You can't do a 20-hour drive without smoked sausages
Are
from
they
Tractor
cooked?
Supply.
They're
smoked.
They're smoked.
Oh, great. Bring them on. I'll have one
Yeah?
on air. I'll have one on air for sure.
I'll go grab
them, yeah. Grab them. Dan and I will continue with our bullshit here while you grab the little Smokies. I love sausages, dude. I could eat fucking... The one thing about living in Texas, Dan, and I don't know if it's different for you because you were here before.
Yeah, but I also only eat meat, so whatever you're saying is probably not going to register.
All right, so the every fucking barbecue joint we go to, every place is always cheddar and jalapeno sausage.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that a Texas thing? Why is that?
I don't know
love
that it's
it.
a Texas
I personally
thing.
love it. I'm a big fan.
Cheddar jalapeno just goes together well, but I don't know where that originated.
I didn't have,
Well-
but we never had it in North Carolina. I only had it here.
The
Yeah.
cheddar is probably a Texas thing by way of Czechoslovakia.
Yeah, and
because there's a huge Czech population. Like there was a lot of Czech immigration to Texas when it first started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially Central Texas. Here, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So when I got here, I eat it all the time. I love it. I fucking love it. It's great. It's one of my only favorite things about Texas. So, all right, we got
Those
the
are
mild
big Smokies, right?
Smoky.
I mean, that's
beef
like
sticks.
6 little Smokies right there. So you're talking about 4,800 divided by 6 and shove that up
You
your
can buy
ass.
them right at the checkout at Tractor Supply.
Really?
They're so good.
All right, let's give it a go. Oh, these are fucking great.
Right? Would you like to try one of my
Yeah,
sausages?
this is great. Is this your go-to brand here?
Tractor Supply, always, man.
Yeah.
I even stopped at Tractor Supply before getting on the road to come down here just to get the sausages.
I understand it now. Holy shit.
Good source of protein.
Really great.
Gold Rush beef Smokies, just for the audience.
Yeah, if you want to know.
If you're trying to munch with us.
We got a Tractor Supply right down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite store in the world.
Yeah, sure is. I bet you go there all the time.
All the time.
You
I
get a
know.
full working ranch.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of animals do you have on the thing?
Cattle.
Just cattle? Do you sell them, or what do you do with them?
I eat them.
Okay. So then what, you buy more after you eat them?
Well, I bought a few. I got a few ladies, and then I borrowed my buddy's Wagyu bull, and I babysat 2 of his bulls for like 3 or 4 months, and I let the bulls hang out with my ladies. and
Sure.
Got some F1 Wagyu Angus, and as soon as I'm done with the last 3 that are there, I'm going to be done with cattle.
Forever?
Yeah.
Too difficult?
Too expensive.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense. If you're running like 1,000 head and you've got tons of land, it makes sense. But for private consumption, it's a wonderful hobby. I'm glad that my kids are getting to experience raising their own cattle and being part of the process from birth till fabrication. But it just ain't worth the squeeze. I prefer just to buy like Snake River Farms.
Yeah. So my buddy's got cattle, Clean. He's got cattle on his, but he uses them for milk and shit, and he doesn't cut them up. So same thing. He's got kids, and he's like, I think it's great for the kids to learn and everything else.
Even the bulls make milk.
Yeah. So I don't know what he's going to do long term with them. What the Bills they do? They shoot the milk right out all over people's faces. What? That's what a lemon party is.
Do you ever think about the first
Full circle.
Do you ever think about the first guy to drink milk from a cow, and what was he thinking?
What ethnicity was he? Was he Indian?
No, they don't consume cow products. I don't
Well,
think, right?
but was there a first sip, and then it was just like, oh shit,
Yeah.
This is so good that a cow is now my god.
Maybe.
I think about that all the time. Like you see, like an oyster, for example, or a mussel.
Who was the first one? Yeah.
Or kiwi.
Yep.
Kiwi is like one of them that I look at. Like I love kiwi. They're wonderful. They're delicious. But like, there's no fucking way I would eat that thing if I didn't know what the fuck it was.
I like to think it was a guy who was
Here, have another sausage.
It's a great
extremely
sausage. Not great for an audio show, but
extremely
it's a great
sexually promiscuous, but he ran out of whores in town.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna go suck this cow's titties.
Man, I want to go stuck on a cow titty. That's what I want to do, dog.
No, that's an easy one to answer because they saw the calves sucking on the teats and getting milk. So they
Yeah,
knew.
but we as
Okay.
all mammals suck the tit.
Yeah, so they know that.
Yeah, but I think somebody watched it first and was just like, all right, maybe I can drink
Yeah,
that milk.
all mammals. I think there's a couple of exceptions, but most mammals suck titties for milk, but not of other species.
Right, we're the only mammal that drinks another species' milk.
Are we really?
Although every now and again, like a dog will adopt some cats and they'll drink out of its titty. But
Yeah.
I actually saw one the other day. There's a yellow lab that adopted these two tigers.
Can we say no? Oh, is it yellow? Can we say that on the show?
No yellow.
No yellow. Okay, that's Hunter Biden.
Golden lab.
Yeah, golden lab.
Golden.
A labradoodle. Golden labradoodle. And what happened with that goddamn thing?
They think it's just their mom.
Okay. All right.
Animals are fucking stupid, man.
Yeah, sure are. They sure are. Now's the point in the show. We get to the drinking bro of the week. You have one this week. Who do you got? Who do you got this week?
So there's a small university in Wyoming, in Cody, Wyoming.
Okay.
Called Northwest College. And these two guys from the wrestling team were puttering around somewhere in Yellowstone Saturday. And one of them got attacked by a fucking bear. And the other one attacked the bear.
Is that the dude right there, Bob?
Is that the dude
Can you
that
show his
Joe
picture?
Rogan posted about?
It may be, yeah.
Okay. Which one?
There's a picture of them in the hospital, actually.
I'll see if I can find it.
Man, that's fucking gnarly.
Well, you got to look in their eyes and see which one has it in them to attack a bear.
Yeah, the guy's name is Kendall Cummings, Kendell Cummings, and there it is. So the guy on the left was getting attacked. He got puncture wound. The bear broke his arm and then punctured his lung, I think. And this guy on the right, who got his face fucked up a little bit, attacked the bear, tried to wrestle it.
Holy shit, dude.
And it was a grizzly?
It's unbelievable they got out of there.
So this dude should pretty much drink for free.
Everywhere he
And
goes for the rest of his life.
If you're a woman and you're out there and you run into this guy, just drop to your knees and take his penis into your mouth.
Yeah, just give him a little beach, you know, and just say thank you. You know, it's pretty amazing what you did, you know.
Every dick you suck is a vote for the kind of world you want to live in.
It sure is,
Right.
and that's what Itkiss believes in.
And it's
Up
what
in, New York.
I think Gandhi said that.
Sure did, right before his death. That was his last words, and I believe that was RBG's last words too. Suck the dick you want to be in this world. I think she said that right before she died, and then she said Trump stole the election. Like it was a whole thing. I've got my own. I'll give a drinking bro out of the week. It's my anniversary. My wife, Jessie, she has worked on this show for years. Edited, I think the first 500 episodes, somewhere in there. Sound edited, all that stuff. Helps out on all the other shows, and we've been together 11, married for 9. Cheers, my lady, to Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables. We love you. Justin, we love you too, buddy.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. A handsome cop joins us.
Thanks
It's the
for
name of this
having me.
episode. You know that, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Do you want to be a handsome cop or do you want to be a handsome TV star? What do you want to be?
I'd rather be a cop.
All right, cool.
I'd rather be a cop.
No, I understand. Say no more. Say no more. SEAL Team is the show. It is available on Paramount Plus. It is fantastic.
Best season so far.
Yeah, he's one of the stars of it.
They really,
It's intense this
they've
year.
crushed it this
Yeah.
season. The writers have gone above and beyond. I haven't had a single person call me and say anything but exactly what you just said.
Yeah. Actually, fuck.
I was talking to AJ about it this weekend.
Yeah,
Who's
we'll
AJ?
go on. Let me ask you this.
AJ Buckley.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, nobody knows who AJ Buckley is. Nobody knows.
Oh, it's the dude from Yellowstone?
The guy from CSI.
CSI New York, yeah. You guys shot in Jordan?
We went to Jordan.
Yeah, how was that?
Jordan's dope.
Probably one of the greatest experiences. It was such an awesome experience. I actually am taking my wife on our honeymoon back there next month.
Really?
Oh, yeah. I booked tickets like literally 5 days after getting home. I'm like, baby, I'm taking you to Jordan for our honeymoon.
It's that dope.
You know, if you haven't been, you got to go.
I haven't been.
It is. I love the Middle East personally. I love the culture. I love the people. I love the food. The problem is everywhere I've been in the Middle East, there's always been like one person out of 1,000 that wants to kill me because I'm an American Jew.
Yeah.
Jordan, that's not the case. Everybody loves us.
Yeah,
and
I've said this a million times on the show. It's the best ally we have. In the Middle
best.
East.
No shit.
The
By
best.
far,
Okay.
The leadership of that country, like, there's not a single person you talk to that doesn't absolutely love His Majesty, their king, King Abdullah II.
Yeah. That's what we need here.
To have a leader like that
we need a
would
king.
be the greatest thing that could ever happen to
For
this
his son's birthday, like 2 years ago, he bought them like this extravagant. It was kind of like an experience trip, but it was the two of them and a bunch of tier 1 operators for like a full week of training. That's what he did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there are pictures and videos of him and his son training. You know, the country, everybody that I met that worked in the government, like when you add them on WhatsApp,
Yeah.
you know how you have your picture?
Yeah,
Everybody's picture is His Majesty. Like, they love their leader so much that they make their profile picture him. And that just, you know, like, that's a small thing that says good leadership, right?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, the country's so beautiful. It's so safe. I'm so excited to get my wife over there and show her Wadi Rum and Petra. And, you know, it's like you go to Italy and you go to some of these, you know, old Roman ancient ruins. Like, you can look at them, but you can't touch them. You go to the ruins in Jordan, like, I'm walking through them and like touching rocks that people, you know, like
Died on.
but
Fucked on.
How did they move them there? You know, it's like these things are so big you couldn't move them with modern day equipment.
Aliens. It's got to be aliens, right?
Go to YouTube and put King of Jordan training in there.
Would you say aliens? I think it's aliens.
That could be. Listen, I definitely believe that there's extraterrestrial, you know, life out there. The universe, our universe is huge. Think about all the other universes.
I mean, it's got to be, right?
It's definitely not any of those. Nope. Go
Yeah,
back.
so I actually got a
There it is,
really
right
cool
there.
opportunity. I ran into a dude that I knew from America that was over there, and he invited me out to Kasadic.
Okay.
Which is that training facility
Yep.
that His Majesty is at right there. And it is like...
Yeah, play this video.
It's like the Jordanian Blackwater.
Yeah, basically. This is him and his son, the prince.
Yep.
Fucking shit up.
That's Kasadic.
How's their technique? Yeah. Is this guy legit or no?
Yeah.
I would follow that man into any war.
They're over exaggerating some of the mechanics for the to get the shots.
I mean, how many world leaders in today's day and age just keep doing stuff like this? We're talking about a world leader that leads from the front.
Yeah.
And not only that, but we're talking about a country that is the wall between Islamic terrorism and the rest of the world.
Yeah.
So it's pretty incredible. I mean, even I saw clips of this video while I was in Jordan. Someone showed it to me, and just in awe.
How long did you guys shoot in Jordan?
We were there for 30 days.
Oh, shit.
It was incredible.
Holy fuck.
It was incredible. Like, the location.
And the network paid for that?
I don't
That's
know who
amazing.
paid for it. I didn't pay for it.
You can cut this, but this is a long, or a far cry away from Thomas Massey and his family standing around. You want to pull that picture up?
There's
Thomas
a
Massey and his
picture of
family?
Biden and his son doing this. Biden and Hunter. I'm kidding.
No. But no American politician would even think of doing something like this. But
He was in charge of the special forces before he was king, you know?
you're not gonna. It's a picture of his family at Christmas time, all holding fucking guns. It's not a YouTube video.
Sweet.
But you can it's just it illustrates. Find the picture because I want people to see it. It illustrates the difference between the people that lead us and the people that lead are real leaders in a country. This is Thomas Massey and his family at Christmas trying to virtue signal about how pro 2A we are. See, this is him and his
Is that an
family.
M60 Echo 4?
Yes.
Who is this guy?
Who is
Thomas
this guy?
Massey.
I'm most
He's a
impressed
libertarian.
with the Tommy gun in his wife's hand.
Wait, can we zoom in a little bit? Let's zoom in. I want to see what they got. Okay, so he's got. Is his finger on the trigger?
It looks.
No, it's not.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
The daughter next to him looks like she has an Uzi.
Yeah, that's
She's got an
an Uzi.
Uzi.
Tommy gun. That's an M16 A1.
A1.
Holy shit.
That's probably an A3 right there.
A3, yeah.
It looks like an HK.
Yeah, that's a 74 SU, I think, right there. That HK. I don't know what that other one is. That looks like a FAL, actually.
Yeah.
The one on the left.
I wonder if those are all post.
But this is all like, this is virtue signaling, and what you just saw from the King of Jordan, who, by the way, isn't a member of the government. He is the government actually doing work.
I only count 3 people in this picture that could even just do the cardio in that King of Jordan video.
Yeah, they're the sons.
Yeah. No, not Doofus over here.
maybe not.
I'd say the daughter and the 2 sons.
Yeah.
Which daughter?
The Uzi
middle
daughter.
one?
Yeah. I mean, she's young, she can move.
Yeah.
Yeah, she can move around.
Small
pretty quickly.
target, too.
Yeah, if you haven't had the chance to go to Jordan, I highly recommend it.
Okay.
It was one of the coolest experiences of my adult life.
Can I come with you and your wife?
Sure. You want to bring your wife? We'll go on a couples trip.
No. I just want to come with you and
Do you
your
guys
wife.
scuba dive?
Nope. I just want to come with you and your wife. Is that cool?
Yeah, you have to wear him in a baby Bjorn the entire
Yep.
time.
I just want to be there. And
okay.
every step of the process.
Let's
okay?
go.
His feet will drag the ground.
I'm in.
If you guys are making love, I want to be in the room. If you guys are going to see things, I want to do that.
I'm going to go out on a limb and speak for my wife here, and I might get in trouble for it, but sure.
Okay, great. Great.
Swan Loon's going to be down for that
I'm just kidding, baby. I'll tell the story about our first date, but I will not invite him.
Well, no. We're booking it. It's going to be the 3 of us. Can't wait to go to Jordan. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to scream out, "Where's Michael?" at the whole time.
Who's Michael?
Jordan. I just want to know what the country was named after. Obviously, it was MJ, right? It had to have been, right? Yeah, every kid's wearing Nikes and just swoosh. It's everything.
The chances of every kid wearing Nikes is
high.
Pretty good because that's how it works in most.
That's Jordan. It was named after Michael. That's all I need to know.
They're more football fan, like soccer fans there. Than
So let me tell you guys a story quickly. We did a scene where we took the Temple of Hercules in Amman, Jordan, and turned it into a nightclub party, like in the scene. And, I've been to parties all over the world, south of France, Monaco, that Ibiza, all of that shit. And, man, I walked into this party. I'm like, I know this is just a movie set, and it's all pretend. But this would have been the coolest party.
Of all time, yeah.
I mean, cooler than Burning Man, cooler than anything I've ever been to. And it was just in the Temple of Hercules, like an old Roman ruin.
Yeah. And you guys are fucking making a TV show.
So cool. I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be part of that, man. They, the writers that pulled this off, and like from their idea to the execution of it, incredible.
You know what we should do is get instead of the 3 of you, add Kevin Sorbo.
Oh, and bring him to the Temple of Hercules.
He's the guy that plays Hercules, right?
He's Hercules.
He's a buddy
he
of
can be your
ours.
date.
He's the only Hercules in my eyes, Oh, yeah, I'm bros with him.
Yeah.
He's my homie in real life.
The 4 of us. It'll be romantic.
I'll bring Sorbo. Sorbo parties, dude.
Do you want to come too, Dan?
Yeah.
No, I'll watch.
Yeah, Sorbo parties.
Watch through Instagram.
He's
I'll watch from
fun,
home.
dude. He's fun. He's a homie you want to go out with. Like, he's fun. That guy, Hercules fucking parties.
Where does he live?
Currently in Florida.
Yeah, he is in Florida, but he's from Minnesota.
Yeah, he was in L.A. forever, obviously shooting Hercules, Andromeda, and all that shit. But and now he's in Florida, and he's just like
Playing golf.
oh yeah, living his best life. He'll do movies occasionally. I think the new one he's doing is a Ronald Reagan biopic with. Because he was just on last year. I think they were just about to shoot the Ronald Reagan biopic. Dennis Quaid is playing Reagan.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's coming out. But yeah, he parties.
And Kevin Sorbo's playing Nancy, I believe.
And I partied with him in France, and he fucking parties.
Hold on, I gotta find
parties.
what I can't remember what Sorbo's playing in this fucking movie. Hang on.
Not sure.
Reagan. Oh, it's in post production now. So
It is. Yeah,
all
they're
the
done.
shooting.
They're done. Yeah.
Let's see.
I forget it.
John Voight is playing Victor Petrovich. That's interesting.
Who's he playing? Who's Sober playing in the movie?
I'm looking for him. Kevin Dillon's in it. We need to talk to him again.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He's playing.
I
Jack
asked him
Warner.
about it. Shit. Remember when Kevin Dillon was on the show?
Yeah.
We asked him about it, and he goes, "Oh, I haven't started shooting it, whatever the fuck it was, last year." We know this guy's on.
Sorbo.
Who's outside, by the way? It's crazy out there.
Sorbo's not on. Sorbo must be playing somebody
important
because he's not on the fucking cast list, so they're trying to keep it hush hush.
Yeah.
Who would he be playing?
I forget, dude. He was on. He talked about it. We'll have to go back to that episode. Either way, this has been fun today, Justin. Love you. You got to be exhausted. 22-hour drive?
Yeah, it's pretty long.
Yeah. I just did it. It was awful. It's awful. Yeah. Either way.
Worse things have happened in the world.
Well, they sure have,
I bring my pre-workouts in the car with me.
Sure you do.
And just crush food bars every 4.5 hours, 5 hours. And just...
Why wouldn't you?
We're not snorting ripped fuel like we used to back in the day.
I love rippers, dude. Rippers.
What do you think that did to
Rip
your brain?
fuel.
Give me
Rip
some
fuel.
of them
and-
rippers.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. That Rip Fuel. I found an old
Fuel and,
bottle.
Is that even still around?
No, it's not.
No.
They outlawed it. But I found an old bottle maybe 3 years ago in a move, and it was dried up hard as shit. And I was like, man, I wonder if I took this right now, what would happen?
Did you try?
Nah.
What a
was
pussy.
too afraid. Yeah, I was like, man.
I mean, it's just ephedra. You're better off selling it to a fucking meth guy.
The closest I've ever come to murder was on a Rip Fuel. When I was just like, I took 2.
Rip Fuel and Rip It's together is actually really nice.
So it was 2 Rip Fuels and then whatever energy drink.
Oh
was
yeah,
popular
there
at
was
the time.
NO Explode too.
Oh brother,
that like from in the mid '90s through maybe like 2007, all of the pre-workout was just straight fucking amphetamines.
So it was Rippers and then it was Andro. So
it was all
Andro,
pseudoamphetamine. Yeah.
Andro you could buy at GNC. And the only reason Andrew got popped, literally
fucking
only
Mark
one.
McGwire,
yes.
man.
So they when they interviewed Mark McGwire during the home run chase, there was a shot of him in front of his
There's like
locker
a giant fucking bottle of it in the
where
top
he
of
was
his
doing
locker.
an interview, and they were like, "What are those?" And he goes, "Oh, this is Andro. It's over the counter stuff. I get it at GNC." And everybody was like, "What does Andro do? Andro is steroids. It makes you fucking do everything or whatever." And I was like, "No, that's not true. I take Andro. I'm an awesome person." And I'm screaming it at somebody just like that. I'm like, "Oh fuck, dude. Maybe I've been taking steroids."
So they made that illegal?
Yeah. They got rid of Andro and they got rid of Rippers too, because it was you start with Rippers and then you go to Andro and then you go and work out. I'm sure Delco, this was a concoction that you've been on once or twice in your life, but
Never.
Lie.
No.
Full of lies. It's not. You're not all clean. You're a fucking liar.
I'm clean, baby.
No. Creatine, something. What do you want? You
Don't worry
take
about
one
it.
supplement?
Don't worry about it.
Exactly, dude. Rippers, brother, Rippers. Miss him, dude. Miss him every day. But I almost murdered somebody.
Well, don't do that.
I know. 2 Rippers, dude, sent me. It was after a workout. Somebody cut me off in traffic, and I was like, this guy, I could rip his head clean off his body with my bare hands. I could do it right now.
Yeah.
Rippers, dude.
That kind of happened to me I was on a steroid cycle, prednisone.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I had no idea. Like I had it for like
never
a lung
taken it.
infection.
Would you have pneumonia or some shit?
Yeah, I had a lung infection, so they put me on it, and I'm at work, and I'm pretty much like, I try and be like fun and nice to everybody.
Oh
all the
shit!
time.
Actually, I was just on it. Yes, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you have these weird fucking feelings
Oh
and
yeah,
emotions.
and I was just a dick to everybody.
Yeah.
And someone came up to me and was like, "Hey man, like everything good with you in your life?" Like I'm like, "Yeah, why?" Like, well, like you're acting a little weird. Are you on anything? And I'm like, "No." Well, actually, yeah. I'm taking this shit, prednisone for a cough.
Yeah.
But like,
But
yes.
it's the hots and colds,
Yeah.
right? So it's not, and then a little bit of hormone shit, but like it's the hots and colds where you're like, dude, I'm too hot, I'm too cold. Fuck you, I hate you.
I feel like if you murder somebody and it's impressive enough, you should get away with it. Like if you literally just if you grabbed them by the upper mandible and ripped the fucking top of their head off.
Yep.
Like in that, what was that video game back in the day? Mortal Kombat,
Yeah.
where you rip
Yeah,
their head off
yeah,
and
yeah,
their
dude.
spine's
I feel
just
like
hanging
that's
there.
like
Justifiable.
everybody stand around and appreciate what just happened.
I agree.
Because that was a superhuman feat of strength.
I agree. Oh, you know who it might be? It might be fucking Benny, dude.
That could be a good.
Oh, Benny is here, yeah.
Is he? Why is he on the fucking lobby?
He's-
We'll have him in. I'll tell you what. Flip on over to Drinkin' Bros Sports. We're going to be live in like 10 minutes doing an NFL show. We'll do that. We're starting to get too dark here.
Were we live on this whole show?
yeah.
Oh, we were live? There's no editing?
No, none.
What about all the F-bombs?
Those are all in, dude. Are you kidding
I had
me?
a fucking awesome day. Thanks for having
you
me.
You sure did. We fucking appreciate you being here, dude.
I'll fucking come anytime you want.
Well, right now.
Say it
in
all
my
over
mouth. Yeah.
Say it
all
out
over you.
slower for
All
the
over your
camera.
face, chest, neck, and calves. For D'Anthony Holloway, Justin Melnick, star of Paramount Plus SEAL Team, which is out now. Go and watch it. I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros Podcast. Good.